Anyway, I will start anyway. So, you guys have just finished killing 4 dragons. 3 wormlings and 1 young dragon. You have left. You are... I'm going to put you in the Togoth Ward. You are right outside the King's Hall, having just gotten your $400 for finishing up that mission. You weren't able to argue hazard pay, unfortunately. But, yep, you got paid for the job that was given to you. And you got a lot of bodies and a small horde out of it. So, count your blessings. Now, from here on out, you guys are battle-worn, weary, a lot of you tired, and a lot of you have most of your hit dice spent. And you also kind of smell, as you were not only in a sewers, but then spewed on by a dragon that sent acidic sewage sludge out of its mouth into you guys.
Yummy, yummy.
So, you did decide that after this you were going to go see Cantus. And so that's where you guys left off with the recording.
Probably be stink before then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of finding some kind of place, preferably with my soap.
Is this your cup or is Grace hiding here somewhere?
This is my cup. Also, careful that chair's fucked.
As is the Alex's houseway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. Cool.
We can sell these forward before we get beast.
I mean, I'd rather be clean than selling a better price.
Yeah.
We're just gonna auto sell all the fucking parts from the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you? Like, I thought that was the plan. Is it not?
It's up to you. You know the 2 places you need to go to sell them, so you can just take an hour and do it.
I do still want to kind of argue. I'm gonna do the whole Darwin Sparky bit.
You can totally do it. To clean up, though, you go back to the lodge. It's probably going to be your easiest place.
Well, we go back to the lodge then.
Alright. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now, after everything's said and done. And as you enter, it's actually kind of a dead time. Not a lot of people here for early dinner.
Dead?
No.
No!
The only people kind of here are the people who seems to be working. You do see the human girl who helped you before. You also see Herman, kind of in a back corner, sitting at a table with, once again, a couple friends. Though this time he seems to have, like, a book and ledger out and seems to be doing some numbers.
What?
He's a kind of an he's hard to miss. He's very big, bulky, and the black mat of hair is unruly and easy to spot from across the big room. The signs are enough to point you to a communal bath.
There we go. Also, what's the date today?
Is the 9th.
Still.
Yep. It is July 9th, 1853. Unrelated to modern era.
But yeah, I walk up with the family. Fancy soap.
Cool. Easily enough, the
You said this was a...
this is a public bath. So,
Gunmar is going to go ahead and seek out a private...
you can go to the front desk and ask for one.
Okay.
It is a...
Darwin goes too.
There are 4 private baths available. That's beside the private... that are next to, but not connecting with the public bath. They are little kind of... They basically have a small little entranceway that has a bench and a small locker. And then after that is a metal-cladded room with a small magical light, because there are no windows in here and you're actually in the center of the building, and a rainfall spigot. But they cost 3 silver apiece.
What do the public baths cost?
They are free with lodging.
Woo! Public bath.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky sees Gunmar go into his room.
Everyone
knows-
sees you.
Sparky knows why.
Yep.
Nobody else does.
The public baths are, they're not like a Japanese onsen or anything like that, nothing that amazing. But you do have a forward area which has cubby holes and baskets and stuff like that where you can put your clothing, change the clothing and such. A towel is provided for you, as well as a place to drop it off. But it is bring your own soap. The public baths are kind of set up in there's a bunch of showers on one side, sorry, on either side, and in the middle there are just kind of low bucket spigots where you can sit down and kind of wash yourself as necessary, similar to a Japanese bath. Bath onsen kind of thing. It is really just hot water and some mirrors. There is a wooden clad motif, and it is cladded in cedar plank, so it actually smells really nice in here. It is in the center of the building on the first floor to the right-hand side. The unique thing is, because there's no outside windows or anything, that it is all lit via magical lights. Shower, technically, but...
What is a bath?
No, he's
Horizontal shower.
It's a third level spell, you need a 50 gold ruby.
Oh, I know that, but I don't.
Um,
Can't even cast.
I think it's endless flame.
And it's ruby
it's
dust.
continual.
Continual flame.
It's 50 gold worth of ruby dust
Yes.
for each cast.
So, but the public bath, it looks like it can accommodate 25 people easily.
Oh, dope.
So, being 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys kind of have the run of the place. So,
Wait a minute. How do you draw? How do you dry so many feathers?
One at a time.
Isn't it like really annoying?
I just shake violently.
Vanya.
Oh my god.
They
Back
are
at the
sexed
door.
baths, so there is a private female bath. Private. There's a public bath for both male and female. It's basically the same. It's next door.
It's the one on the left.
Yeah, it's mirrored in that sense. If you would see the other one, you would see like, oh, it's the opposite. Yeah. But yeah, it is expensive to run a bath house and stuff like that. So public baths like this is actually very nice luxury, but it's also one of the reasons the lodge is a little bit more expensive to stay in.
Yeah.
And a private bath is not guaranteed. It's from first serve, and it's 3 silver, which is almost as much as a room. But there are bathhouses around town as well that are probably cheaper, but similar. It's much easier to just do a lot of water at once than having kind of localized, centralized heaters.
At some point, he comes over and tells Sparky to stop splashing.
I think Tanner does that.
me! Wait, does Gunmar...
It's not me. What are you talking about?
A rock fell in! Sparky, stop causing problems!
You can't hear.
Damn
I'm loving the bag.
There is a big, like, wading pool bath in the back. It looks like it can hold comfortably 10 people. So it's a big, shallow pool. Unfortunately, it is over 2 feet deep, so you would be swimming. With the snout.
Yeah, the snout helps.
The snout snorkel. Just
No, he's like a fucking alligator. You know how they fucking just kind of float around?
Except like he's on his tippy toes.
It's
Like
like, help.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock, you are alone in that, so you have, like, the whole place to yourself. Hello!
Can we hear anything?
The echo of that.
No, it's these walls are built with heavy stone, not for sound deadening, to retain heat and high
And also because
insulation.
it's the center of the building, it needs support.
I thought it was just a big room with like a wall of
No, in this case, they're going for more efficiency here.
I'm gonna try to message Vanya and be like, so how's your day? How's your bath going?
Please don't talk to me about dating.
Shut down.
Cool. Oh, well, that's the end of that. Sparky goes back to pretending he's a crocodile.
Don't talk to me while I'm naked.
Pretending.
Honestly, that's a very real reaction. I'm just like, I am in the shower, thank you. I was like, well, too bad. I have 1 sending a day. Suck it up.
It's really important that you get milk on your way home.
Already
next
home.
door.
But yeah, the bath takes however long you want it to be. 45 minutes is kind of the usual, as it's more of a relaxing long bath. Yeah, you get the acid drains and stuff like that. Your clothes are another matter altogether. But you are at least bodily clean. If those of you traveling will at least have a second set of commoner's clothes, you would.
I stick my commoner's clothes on, and then when I put them back to my fancy clothes.
Nice.
I put on my old armor. I put on my... No, not my old armor. I put on my fucking smoldering shit. Because fuck that. Oh. I'll be smelly. I just want to be protected.
Perfectly fine.
Didn't you go into a private bath? Couldn't you take the same bucket of water that you're washing yourself with and like...
Yeah, if you want to take some of that time to clean your armor.
I'll go ahead and use some of my armor.
Yep.
Clean some of my armor, yeah.
Yep, perfectly fine.
That's actually a good idea, bro.
I sand it so the water's not gonna rust it or anything.
Alright.
Jordan comes out with his normal armor on, slightly washed down.
No,
So it's still kind of gross.
Now, Darwin comes out with all his armor on, but with like a towel around.
nod your head too, and just like, oh, that was great. That was great.
Have you hit record?
Yes, I have.
Background.
Oh, yes.
So it doesn't cut out.
I did notice in the last session, I was looking forward to the Guys Dragons, and I started listening to. Oh no, we need to record. So you guys are there, and
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
No,
it's fine.
It was exactly how you imagined.
okay.
I was like, fucking what?
If anything, I just get to use my imagination now.
Yeah.
Everyone panicked. Someone burned a house down. It's riots in the streets. Yeah, it was wild.
What happened to a fucking coaster?
Didn't end up. We didn't actually get to the dragon.
Where'd my fucking coaster? No, that's not the. I had a wooden.
Was
I
it-
saw it as well. Did it fall on the
get
ground?
stuck?
Here to
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys wash up. You clean up your armor as best you can and other things like that. I'm gonna say there's kind of like a wash station outside. There is laundry service here.
Oh, I put mine in my clothes in the laundry service.
Alright. It's
Can I
3
get
copper.
watch, please?
It'll be built to your room, but it's 3 copper.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's in a basket.
Cool.
You fill out a tag, you take your half of the tag.
I like to think that wasn't a loop. It's actually like an 8-hour video.
I still fall
Someone
asleep to
paid
stuff like this.
$200 on their water bill for this video.
Actually, it's 10 hours. Thank you very much.
But yeah, you guys are clean. Takes about an hour. We'll say all together with rounding errors and shit like that. It's now 5.
Was that
It's an image. It's already changed.
pathetic?
Sorry, continue.
Oh, good. Oh, you know what I did miss in that? Is, before I started recording, at one point, I just take a super sip of tea. And I'm just like, that wasn't cold. That was just like, I had just poured it.
Yeah.
And just, like,
The
ah.
owl.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You missed the agony.
It's like, ah. But yeah, it's 5 o'clock now. You've seen people, a lot of the more middle management artisans kind of people that are coming into the lodge now for a dinner. People that like, he's like, yeah, technically they get off at 5, but like, hey, to walk here, which means like they got off at like 4:15, 4:30, and shit like that. But like, you all come out looking fresh and gleamed and stuff like that.
Okay.
To Canton 6. Yep.
You make your way over. It's a relatively short jaunt, like 20 minutes. Actually, probably more than... I'm making up these numbers because I actually do have the hard numbers, and honestly, traveling around this city would take hours. So you're getting fast-paced times. Even faster than that, because paved road, bullshit. Okay. Point being.
It's like Victoria, how when you have like these fancy concrete instead of regular concrete, you walk faster on it.
This is the fancy concrete.
Unless time is necessary, you get there in a reasonable amount of it. Yep. Yeah, you're outside Cantus's manor house. Once again, the grounds are still heavily populated with people enjoying the grounds, either elderly just hanging out, people on their days off, women and children, men and children, you know, people just enjoying the grounds. It very much seems like a public area. Basically, anything that is not the manor house seems to be well populated with just residents of Rodheim. Not Rodheim, Richmond. Maybe someone here is from Rodheim visiting. But the gate is guarded.
I walk up to the garden and I say, I'm here to see Mr. Cantus about very important development.
The cough.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, the guard just... Anyway.
But
What's up his visor?
we need to swim as well as he was expecting us to speak with physics as well.
The right guard, by the way, these are both,
The wrong one.
to the right side. I'm gonna up this check.
Worth it.
The, one to the right, these are both the heavily armored giant shield guys. Kind of the SWAT version of the city guard. They're also Cantus's personal guard. He looks at you and just like, I've seen you before. I didn't know you were supposed to be coming back again. I would have to check in.
Okay.
Then you see him kind of like go a little bit cross-eyed, and like thinks hard. And you see some like involuntary nodding and like his mouth is moving a little bit. If anybody wants a perception check to try to hear what he's mumbling,
Hey-ya!
this would be for hearing, by the way. Unless somebody took the observant feat and can read lips.
I will do it. I will also.
At which point you just know.
6.
I will also.
10.
$19.
Okay.
6.
Oh, so 6, 10,
6.
6, and 19. You three are like looking really intensely at him to the point where he kind of looks at you and just like,
Stop it.
and just kind of like angles himself to makes it even harder, and you're not picking up anything anyway. You, with the mask on, he cannot tell you're looking at him.
But also, like, I can barely tell I'm looking at him. I'm like, it's hard to see with the goggles and now the mask, and I'm like trying to shift it around
You got
underneath the mask.
you got telescope
I
attached
love
to your
the
eyeball.
idea
Really
that it's just
weird.
basically, like, you can see, like, the top half of his face and everything
Yeah.
else is his visor.
But you, with just your height on and stuff like that, I don't know. Maybe you saw
I'm
more.
the tallest party in the, member of the party, yeah.
Yeah. You hear him mumbling and basically saying, you have some visitors, the ones who came before. Yes. They say they have some important information. I have not asked, but I can check. Alright, thank you very much. And he's just kind of mumbling that, not quite used to talking fully in his head.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "You have an urgent message, correct? What is this message? I'll be able to determine."
That we have thwarted a potential bank heist.
Well, thank you very much. Have you taken this to the King's Guard?
Well, okay, so the part I'm leaving out is the kind of part that I don't want to mention because that in. But you're cool, yeah. Like you won't go blabbing things to people.
Can I roll to see if he's cool?
Give me an insight, yeah. You do see the, wow.
12, is he cool?
He seems to be awesome, yeah.
I like this guy.
You do see the emblem of the King's Guard on his left shoulder. Yes, you can report it to me.
Oh, it was a group of 4 dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah.
We have the parts to prove.
Oh, yeah, we haven't sold them yet.
Oh yeah, here. Here's a skull.
And
I don't want to cause panic, but
like I do it like
It's right.
obviously we kind of like huddle around and I kind of pull its head out. Like I don't like, look everybody, a dragon skull. No, I'm like, we have the skull.
The dragon skull we found in your fucking sewers.
He does, as you pull it out, though, and, like, you pull it out enough so that he gets a glance before Gumma comes in and, like, shoves it back in, and, like, alright, did you get all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
As far to our knowledge.
Alright, that's worthy enough. Alright. You see him kind of, like, go straight up upright, cross his eyes kind of again, and think hard. And goes, nods his head again, and, like, opens the door, and, like, alright, straight in, go to the right. His standard study, it's 4th door on the left.
Thank you.
I didn't pull it all the way out.
Crowded public
It's
area.
not crowded. We're surrounding a closed
if
door.
we're gonna do that, make sure it's a big crowd so they know how cruel we are. Cool. That was cool.
Very praise.
Fine, you want too much.
You can make sure that as many people see it.
Let's not call it a public panic. Pulls dragon skull out of bed. It was never my intention to pull it all the way out.
It
Just
was
enough for
I
him
was
to
imagining
see.
more just like open bag, like
Open bag and like say dragon skull so that it appears in the mouth of the fucking bag.
Yeah, no, I was getting that.
not like
80 feet down a hallway, which is not the full length of the hallway, you get to the 4th door on the left. It's one you've been before. This is a fucking mansion. This is huge. But yeah.
this is my first time in here.
Oh yeah. So, give me this so I don't fuck up anything.
No.
You all hear in your head. You can enter.
And
Inside, you see what you have seen before. This is a nice, like very. Craftsman is the idea behind this. So there's nothing too opulent. It's not like gold plated or anything like that. But everything is meticulously built and built very, very well at a very good resource. Beck has been here. You just haven't, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just something you might have missed not being here because it was a throwaway on the thing. But it takes you a minute to realize this. But everything you think like is like everything's like looks correct, but is oddly big. Mm-hmm. And it takes you a minute to realize that everything in this room is proportional to Cantus, who is 6'10".
He's a noodle of a man.
Mm. And so everything is about 10 to 15% bigger. Just ever so slightly bigger to make it very comfortable for him. This is a whole custom room, and it's probably not the only one he has in this building. It seems to be one he likes, though, as he's taken you in here a couple times. There are sitting couches, enough for easily your whole party, as well as his main chair next to the fire.
Hello.
Hello.
Come in. Take a seat. I hear you have something worthy of my attention. He is once again wearing his standard day robes. They are flowing silks. It has the rest of Richmont on it as part of his furrow. Other than that, he's wearing his glasses and has his long hair tied back, and is once again just impeccably clean shaven.
So I'll just took a contract to clear out the sewers at the northwestern end of the city.
Mm-hmm.
We thought, okay, seems pretty chill and easy to do.
We were under the impression it was a giant alligator.
We have had those in the past.
Yeah, we were given that impression by everything that was going on. We went down there. We were undermanned party. Went down there. Discovered that it was actually a black dragon that was down there instead of an alligator. Back for our friends. Went back to the dragon, began fighting it, and found out there were 3 other smaller dragons with it. Then, in the aftermath, through looking through all that, we found out that they were planning a bank heist on the Richmont Holdings and Lendings Company.
By the way, unless otherwise noted, he speaks to all of you.
Yeah.
Wow, that is quite interesting. It's rare to stop a heist before it happens. It's rare to fight dragons. It's rare to fight dragons planning a heist.
Yes. It was a very interesting time.
Ah, you have evidence of these dragons, do you not?
Yes.
Well,
And now, Sparky does the full on out of the bag.
And you have the big one, because Vanya, if I remember from the recordings, you have the other 3.
Yeah, she's got all 3.
Also, I've been reaching into somebody's bag this entire time because I don't actually have.
just like scrambling up on like
Is it?
Mars back and.
I don't.
Yep.
Thank you.
Impressive. Well, I'm glad you survived your encounters with, albeit young, but dragons nonetheless. Dangerous in any form.
We thought it was prudent to let the authorities know as soon as possible.
Alright, I will have a talk with the president and the bank manager at Richmont Holdings. He's a personal friend. I will talk to him. Make sure that no other instances happen. Do you think they've accomplished their heist?
No, it was in progress. The planning
Yeah,
phase.
they were still gathering materials and such. We actually found a ocean of gaseous form and some oil.
I can see how that would be useful to an ambitious robber. Well, I would see that they're yours, as granted as part of a contract. So, please don't get any ideas, though.
Of
If
course not.
anything goes missing in the next couple
Yay.
weeks, we do know who to inquire
Absolutely.
with.
Oh no, I was actually confused for the first part of that sentence.
Don't go planning your own heist.
Yes, no, I understand that.
Not here.
Anyway,
It's not
We got all washed out before we got there. So
Nah,
Gunmar and Tanner got their Gunmar and Darwin got their own. Room.
We're in person now, by the way.
Yeah, okay. I noticed when
Fucking
listening to the
Alex
last
got me
recording.
doing this.
Yeah.
That was a day. So, dragons and heists aside, which thank you for, on behalf of the city. Anything else I should know about?
Physics around that
Is-
time frame.
Is there anything else out?
With him specifically?
I don't think so, yeah?
Not that I remember.
Okay, cool. Then no.
Also, thank you for the recommendation.
You're welcome.
The guild.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I almost called God. Hold on a second. The head of the guild stopped by.
Trees.
Dom Trees, yeah. Drom's John Treesplitter stopped by, and I was able to verbally give out my recommendation to him. I also had other businesses with him. We meet once a week, regardless.
Verbally?
Verbally.
Ah. It's more like.
It's fine, he wouldn't notice then.
Anyway, sorry. I just got a bit confused.
But yes, physics. You dropped off that rod. I did give it to him. Rod of the
Backkeeper +3?
+2,
+2.
and it had a couple other caveats on it. You had
The
to be
opposite of the moral compacts.
well, it was one of them. The other thing was that you wield it, your patron needed to be of the Undying, so you needed that pact.
Yeah. Choose
What
back
couldn't
up.
use it? From what I understand, he has been looking at it for the past couple of days, and I think he should be ready. Let me tap into him real quick, and you see him just kind of veer slightly off and
Give
just
me a Coke.
And me.
bring in the things. Oh yeah, we have no Coke. It's only lime stuff.
Bring the things.
Oh, then give me a lime, boy.
Not a lemon.
I'll take the
Just
lemon.
just a lime.
You just bring in the both of them, and the ginger ale. Please drink the ginger ale.
Don't,
I don't.
bring the ginger ale.
I'll drink the
I'm the guy that's gonna burn your house down with the lemons.
The ginger ale.
With the gingers.
Because they have no soul.
It's like ginger ale official on Tumblr.
Let's do the
Just like.
fusion dance already.
It's like, man, I love that story. It was great. It would have been better if you had ginger ale in it,
Fuck it
though.
up.
Fusion. Aha.
Far away.
Oh god,
So far
what do
away.
we come?
A worm. Like with the human
Gatey.
face. Gatey.
Stop it, Alex.
Gatey.
I can prevent this, but I don't want to sit up.
Oh shit, is that a Mountain Dew?
No?
It's fake Mountain. Oh no, that's natural Mountain Dew.
It's Spark.
It's the blue one.
No,
It's
it's
Spark.
Work.
That's empty now. Park.
Squarky.
I like how you actually didn't
Favorite
bring the
monk
ginger
sorcerer.
ale.
Spark. I have two It pens. says Squark. You can read it right
It does. I can read it clearly.
Yes, it says.
It says Squark.
Spark.
No!
Attempts were made. They were not successful.
They were bad.
Things were thrown.
So, he seems to have kind of a private conversation with him. What you can only assume is physics. By kind of unfocusing his eyes and looking off to the distance, and he then comes back after a minute or two of kind of awkward silence. It seems he has things to share with you.
Okay. Where?
Oh, he'll be meeting you here.
Okay. Also, where's your cool butler guy?
Robo-Man.
Oh, Sherman.
Yeah.
Probably around. I can summon him, but he's probably tending to something in the garden.
Oh,
Be
he's
sure
doing
my
something
42
wrong.
will be wasting me.
But he looks cool.
Make sure he knows.
Beep, boop.
Right. While
You
we're
can
waiting,
pick up that chair.
I know.
while we're waiting,
So sad.
you seem like a rather well-read
My weight's
man.
really not-
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about libraries in the area?
Oh,
Collections.
I have my personal one here on the East Wing. It's quite extensive.
Luis.
As far as public libraries, I fund one in the Togoth Ward and one in the northern part of the Cantus Ward for the general use of the children's there. They're more for kind of everyday knowledge and stuff like that. There is one of slightly more specific learning in the Togoth Ward. If you want to know about fighting and stuff like that, the guild has a small selection, but they're not the most learned of learned individuals. They mostly teach by doing. So, but I hear they probably have some schools or some how-to manuals or stuff. You're welcome to see mine if you'd like.
Oh, if you don't mind, I would love to sometime.
Come by any time, and Sherman can show you the way.
Right. The much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you say to your guards if he wants to talk to the,
They know your description, so as long as I
They know who you are.
after this meeting, I can let them know.
Okay, cool.
Sparky holds back and look.
It's cool. Good.
Are you ready to meet physics?
Sure.
At that point, the door just opens. A person comes inside who is Let me get his actual physical description because it's been a while.
Yeah,
You have
We've
seen
met
him.
him.
We briefly met him.
we've
Yeah.
seen him before.
You have
asked
seen him.
him for permission to buy Ethereum scrolls.
Whatever.
I've been waiting to do this shit ever since you mentioned Ethereum
Then he
scrolls
was in
fucking
charge?
existed.
Yep. Physics answered.
Sorry.
Physics is
Need to
a
be of the class to cast a spell with.
Legit,
Yeah,
just
you can-
Anyone can cast it.
anyone can cast it. If you are magical inclined, it's easier.
But
But
anyone.
literally anyone can cast it.
Cool.
If you're a king's rep, or at least of a certain standing, you can activate it via your seal.
They're basically for emergencies.
Inside coming inside is standing about 5'8", a little on the thinner side, but not too much. Decently well fed, but is who you can only imagine is physics. He has a rough, shortly cropped, not. It's definitely he keeps it, but it's not professionally kept beard. Scraggly hair. He's got a headband on. He doesn't have glasses of any kind. He has ropes, similar to Cantus's in a lot of different ways. In a lot of ways, maybe some different trailings here and there, but relatively quite similar. These are in more darker shades of gold, I would say, is the only difference. Let's see. His hair is brown. His skin is fair, and he looks to be in his mid-20s. But his age is also kind of hard to place. It could be like young 20s to high 30s. It's one of those ambiguous ages. My father was like that. He was the same age for 30 years. He walks in and he takes a seat. Kind of basically, it's Cantus, you all, and then him. Stinking is didn't wanna. I hear you wanted to see me.
Hey.
Yes. You were going to tell us about the
Rod of the
Rod of the
Pack
Packkeeper plus 2.
Right, that thing. Yes.
Not nice. I got
No,
cursed
it
with that
was.
again.
It's not the nicest thing I've seen before. Huh?
Do you remember what you were going to tell us about it?
What? No, the rod.
Yes.
That thing. The rod thing.
Can I roll to see if this is just him or if there's something actually wrong with him?
Insight.
I think this is.
Fuck me. What is that?
That's a 1.
Oh shit.
Wait,
Oh,
within
halfling
30
thing.
feet, reroll.
That's much better. That's a
I thought it
19.
went to a
Fuck
20.
yeah.
Thank you.
I will actually give you something. So, as he's talking and as he's looking around, it seems he's looking at a lot of things all at once. Like he can see more than what you all can see. It seems like he's distracted not necessarily because he's absent-minded, but because he keeps getting distracted by other things. And it's like, imagine if this room had 3 times the amount of people in it, and every time somebody talked, he heard all of them.
Okay, so
talk.
not like he's just thinking about other things. Literally, he's distracted by seemingly more things.
Yeah, it looks, you with that good roll, it looks like he's just like there's a lot more going on that he can see that you can't, and it would make a lot more sense if there were more people in this room. But it's more like somebody who's at a party and like surrounded by people.
Okay.
He's talking with the frog.
So, yeah, that thing.
It was
Yeah,
something
no.
important.
It was bad.
Like really bad?
Gave
Oh.
bad vibes.
Kind of bad in like an antique kind of way.
Why don't you describe how bad it
It's
is?
just old.
Well, it was very old. It was bad in a sense of, like, did anybody here know about Gothel, the conqueror of the 14th Age?
Yeah.
Any of us know about this?
None of you have ever heard
Great.
of it. Okay,
I don't know
bad
if they
analogy.
have.
Okay, let me think.
We don't need analogies.
You're right. The point is, it's associated, as far as I can tell, with, hold on a second. Give me my notes so I don't fuck up names. It has someone said, it looks like to be associated with Ty. Does anyone here know about Ty Eldridge?
Is that Thai?
This is Tye.
Okay.
Eldridge. It was on the tomb as well. Well, it wasn't on the tomb. It was part of a subtle thing. It was part of the opening of the tomb.
Oh, the
Yeah,
password to open the tomb.
You see, his brother was the answer.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Sure. History check.
11.
You have no idea.
Can I roll to know?
Sure.
Well, technically, 4 people can also know.
Yeah.
2.
10.
No.
Are we asking about the brother? Hi.
Well, kind of
Ty?
yes and no. And no, I apologize, no. Well, see, Ty was the... So after the Empire was founded 1800 some years ago, Ty was the first son of the king, the first emperor. Anyway, things happened and his brother ended up usurping him. A lot of it's lost to history thanks to the Great Fire of 1602. But we do know that there was a deseating, and there's a few things we kind of know about Ty. You need to be really deep into this stuff because it's not really common knowledge. But no, you have to understand that the
Packkeeper. The rod of the Packkeeper. To bring it
Back to Ty.
right, yes, Ty was bad, but we're not sure why or how. There are evidence that he dealt in mystics, which is not uncommon. Wizards are common in the nobility. But, yeah. Anyway, it probably belonged to him. Or someone that followed him.
There was a name on the tomb, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the paper where they were written down. Do you have them?
Double
Nope,
check
keep-
your
nope,
notes, because
keep
I don't
going.
have it with me.
I don't think I have them.
It's on my Ranger 3 character sheet. I have it.
It is also way too far back.
Oh, you know what? I do have it. It's in my other book.
I'm tired. I don't know why.
This light.
True.
My birthright by right.
Take the name of thy who's took my birthright.
I just
Fergus.
have Fergus.
Fergus.
Yeah,
Aldrich.
Oh, Fergus. Fergus.
Fergus.
So-
I guess.
Like, nobody knows this, because everybody knows him by his new name, Aldridge. So it's Aldridge Eldridge, everybody knows him, the Great Empire. Those who lived in the Empire would actually do know this name. It's kind of like knowing the name of George Washington. So, famously, not the founder, son of the founder. But he's kind of what solidified the Empire as a whole. If you're really into history, you know he has a brother, Ty. We don't know a lot about him, but we do know that he was the older brother. And so, Aldridge usurped him. What very few people know.
Something relating to the rod that is.
No.
undead.
How do you know Fergus?
What do you mean?
Like, nobody knows Fergus.
You're-
Like,
sorry, you're getting
mean-
off track again. Back to the.
well, yeah, so, Tyr, we know, fought with his brother.
That was Sparky
Aldrich.
coming in because he assumed Darwin doesn't like being grilled.
So we know they fought, and we know he was mystical in some way. There is small bits of evidence that he was evil and kind of dealt with, like, at the time, new magics, bringing, like, the undead back. So that's, like, everybody knows it's a natural process that kind of happens in the background. He was one of the pioneers in the magical field of controlling it and developing that kind of magics for much more practical uses. But he's also long dead, so...
So does that leave this rod as like of cultural significance, or
Kind of. It's, it's dangerous enough in of its own right that we couldn't let it out in the public. It would have to go into a safe somewhere. If not, it probably won't be destroyed by any chance. It's not that dangerous, per se. It enhances the ability of somebody following somebody in an undead nature. Yeah. Anyway, where were we?
Was that all of the important information you wanted to tell us? Or is there some other kind of like?
No, it's very powerful.
So basically, what you're telling us is we're not going to get this rod back. Really.
Oh no, you're not
No.
getting that rod back. No.
Cool. I mean, not that we would want it. I'm just stating facts.
But you have my ear, which few people have. Any questions for me?
Yes, are you okay? You were tending to get distracted a lot.
Huh?
You okay?
I did have a question. The shop you have, the imaginary frog.
Yes.
Your attendant there said that I had to get your permission to purchase Ethereum scrolls.
Did she? Do I have that power? Do I have Ethereum scrolls?
Sorry, are you related to her by any chance?
No. She's a local girl.
Okay.
No, I was friends with her grandfather though.
There you
I
go.
met your familiar.
Who?
The familiar.
The toad.
The frog.
Toad.
I wouldn't call it familiar. I mean, like, he's mine, but like by contract.
Sorry, what? By contract?
Well, I say like slave.
Okay, anyway, my point is, may I buy Ethereum scrolls at your
Oh! Sure.
place of
I don't see why. Wait, Candace, are they allowed to? Is like, they're paid guild members if they need them and can afford them. By all means.
Okay. Ring?
Oh, sure.
I just. Is there any paper nearby?
We're in an office.
You actually in a study/lounge, but there is paper
If it's a
here.
study, then there's paper.
I just want to see if there's anything I can do.
Studying.
I just don't want to use it.
If there's no like ink or something, you can.
You know what? I'll send a message. And,
Okay.
and you just see him wave his hands a little bit, and he starts,
Magic thing.
basically, yeah. You would recognize the spell. You can't cast third levels, can you?
Nope.
Can you roll for me? It's a low DC, but you can fail it.
Remember one?
This would be Arcana.
I think it's.
With your natural bonus, yes. I do things a little differently, not in combat. Yeah, this is sending. And you just see
I see
him.
him counting on his fingers.
Actually, yeah, he does do the whole like finger trick and just
I
like.
imagine he starts counting and then he's like loses track.
Yeah, he does the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Huh?
That's why you go up and then down.
Yeah, he seems a little distracted. But he seemed to have sent a message.
Cool. And then I actually have one more.
Sure.
I don't know if anybody else has business with you.
Oh.
Hi. I was wondering if you would be available at some point. Obviously not today, but at some point in the future for tutoring lessons. There's a lot about like magic history as a whole. Being part of an adventuring group, I feel like fine level of knowledge.
Okay, I could do something like that. Actually, yeah, no, I could do something like that. If you come by give me a day or so to work with you, I could teach you a few things, at least the basics, if nothing else. History is technically my forte.
You do seem very good at it.
I'm relatively knowledgeable about it. Like, do you know that the real name of the second son of the first emperor was named Fergus?
I did know that.
Ah. I'm one of the few people in the world who does know that.
Why do so few people know?
Well, but when he took the throne, he took the new name Aldrich, meaning enlightened one. And that was what he used to rule with for the next 62 years.
Whoa, you could just
Well, when you're an emperor, yeah.
I change my name?
Technically?
I think you can, but you have to do it over at the King's Hall.
Also, not really using
Yeah,
your
right.
full
Also,
name.
Yeah, but they won't know I just use a different name though, yeah?
but you used your name in the guild.
Oh, if you've signed official paperwork, you need to update your name. Somebody order food?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's for future stories.
It's just fucking problem.
Yeah. If anybody, no, wait, hold on a second. Actually, if you have some time, I could use a group of you.
I'll look for it.
Sure.
Well, if you're guild members, I wouldn't mind hiring you.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah!
We do have some
It's wet.
Oh.
Parts
Ooh, that might
to
be-
like
Sell.
like perishables that we need to sell before we go anywhere. So,
Young Black Dragon.
we need to sell them before they expire.
Oh, sure. When you're ready, just come by, tell the guard that,
Physics.
Physics
yes,
sent you.
I need you.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I'm trying that.
But yeah, I think that's it. We will get out of your guys' hair. Good day. Bye.
Huh? Oh,
Bye.
And Sparky just leaves.
Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye,
Cantus. Goodbye,
What?
Physics.
Bye, Campus.
bye.
Bye.
Cantus waves you off as well.
Well then.
I like physics.
Are
Yeah,
we
physics is cool.
a decent ways away now?
At any given point in time, if you want, you could be outside. But that is, if you try to go anywhere other than to the front door and out,
Yeah.
I need to
That's
know.
that's a
Yeah.
problem.
No, I was just like, did we tell Physics about the dragon?
No, I don't think we did.
Did not. I
He
told
he
you.
very much took it in stride, which from the 10 minutes I've known him seems par course.
Yeah.
He did bring out the skull, he just instantly recognized it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was before Physics came out.
No.
Okay, I thought that it was in the bag at this point. He's like, congrats on killing that black dragon.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
sorry.
huh. Okay.
No, they were talking about hey, we have some crap we gotta sell first, and they pulled out a dragon.
Oh, I didn't know he actually
Yeah,
pulled it out.
I did.
And
didn't
they was
see
just like,
that.
oh, black dragon, okay. And
Okay.
then it got put back in. That's where that came from.
That adds context, but I just want to have.
Yep.
Straight up, immediately recognized it.
Well, hey, Sparky.
Yes.
We got those black dragon horns, yeah?
Oh, so we should have the horns.
Yeah. Why not attach them to your horns?
No, that would. First of all, they're a different color.
Yeah, but they're black and red.
Second of all, not.
What?
I don't want to do that.
Swallow it out, bolt it on.
You know, see, you're missing the main point of the issue here. Yes, it is possible, but I don't want to.
It's like,
Why don't you go kill a man and put his foot on your foot?
it's like, because also, what black dragon horns kind of do that around, the side of the head. And also, they're not short. Even on, the little babies, probably.
I know, but it'll add height to him.
Also, we can sell the horns. Speaking of which, Darwin,
I think we should sell the horns.
let's go sell the horns and the rest of the dragons.
Cool. Closest place is the Tall Elixir.
Cool. That's where we'll sell the first. You said we would end up going 2 places. Yeah?
2 places, one is the Guild Hall.
While we're walking there, now I'm just at a point.
What do you mean?
How did you know the name of
Fear guy.
Yeah, he actually does have a point. I was wondering that as well.
Obviously, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
You like to
No, it's fine. It's fine. Where I come from, a little bit further up north, we've just always heard of him as Fergus. It's just, I guess, where I came from. I was actually kind of surprised coming down here that you guys didn't know that.
Well, I lived underground for 10 years.
Can I?
Honestly, no, that's fair.
I've literally only had 3
You
years
may.
to learn history.
To see if he's withholding information.
Yep.
We don't know. We haven't confirmed that he has skin yet.
If you want to insight against him, what you do is you roll behind my screen.
You almost hit that.
Let's try that one more time.
Go for
I'm
cup.
gonna roll it like
Go
over
for
there.
Yeah,
cup.
go ahead.
Go for cup.
14.
Perfect. Just hear
And mine is.
this is your
It was
number.
20.
Sorry, I didn't see you. It was kind of like showing too.
proof Evan has a weight.
By the way, if anybody wants to insight another character, this is how we're going to do it.
It's gonna be really hard when Gray and I
we're
try
going
and
with
say
my-
You
it.
just roll a die
Deception?
on my behalf and
It's up to you.
ping me the number.
I insight spark.
I smelled soup.
Or,
Soup.
This is the wrong.
What do you
You
look
pick
like?
the one. You know the correct answer,
yes.
so pick the appropriate skill.
Two completely different suits.
That soup. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Actually, do you have post notes?
You
I
have
can I can communicate more with you like that way.
Okay.
Oh, post notes.
Not immediately tosses it.
And what did you roll?
14.
Uh,
Or wisdom.
you know that.
Actually, if you tell me your total, I'll tell him what he knows. Or not what he knows or what he senses.
Okay.
Because I do it based on a sliding scale. If you win by 1, this is not full past
This
the
is a
post.
party of secrets,
I was-
and then we have Sparky.
What?
The party
Something's
of
off, but
secrets, and
nothing.
then we have Sparky.
That is not a
Has
big
secrets.
difference.
Not really.
So we,
Secretive.
I don't really see the point.
You're just not talking.
you got a 14?
Yep.
You were inciting what exactly?
CD's withholding information.
Regarding the whole,
With guarding withhold why he knows.
It's close, but you know he's withholding something. Maybe not. He's probably giving you a lot, but there's maybe one thing different, or possibly.
Kind of a possibly he left it out by accident sort of thing.
With that close enough of a roll, yeah, very well could have been.
Or didn't think it was important.
Not necessarily a live omission, just a live fucking.
a live
remembering.
simplification.
A lie of being human.
Yeah.
Gunmar will keep that to himself.
That goldfish brain.
I thought you meant you had goldfish.
What if by up north he means heaven?
Had goldfish.
And Evan's just been like a fucking deva this whole time.
Oh, shit.
Wow. I'm gonna leave with my incorrect soup now.
What soup they give you?
How
They gave
incorrect.
me tomato soup and I ordered lobster bisque.
Do you like
Love
tomato
lobster
soup?
bisque.
I mean, I do. I'll eat it.
Okay.
I just would have desperately preferred lobster bisque, which I've given for 2 days.
Fair.
I was that way with corn dogs, but it was 2 weeks.
At least you didn't get like salt and tea soup.
I only have so many soups.
This is Sultan's tea.
Yeah. I know, I've tried
I'm
to think of
hungry.
something absolutely disgusting.
Michael, what you don't understand is I'm hungry enough. I would have eaten anything they sent me.
I can eat that if you give me some
So
salt.
I have to.
So you get outside the tall elixir, unless you actually want to keep talking or anything like that.
Delicious. Thank you.
No, nope. He answered my question.
So the tall elixir is kind of like a hobbit hole. It is literally a mound with a door in it. The most notable feature being its giant sign with the color-changing liquid and the kind of lumberjack pinup girl on it carrying what looks to be a tall bubbling elixir that changes colors. As you enter, it is about 5:30, closer to 6. And you can see Miss Nova Puddlefoot over by her counter in the back, working on what looks to be some prepping work for herbs and various items.
Good evening, Miss Puddlefoot.
Hello, dearie.
We have some potentially items for you.
Oh, pray tell.
Well, here, I'll just put the part, I'll just start pulling them out and see if you can make use of any of them.
Now you pull out the breast sack, heart, eyes, liver, and the top.
Okay.
Those are the parts the alchemist gives a shit about. Wow, these are quite interesting. I can make use of many of these. Some large reptile by the looks of it. What did you guys have a run-in with?
Dragon.
Locally,
Back-
too.
4 black dragons.
And you're standing.
They
Impressive.
were
Barely.
very young.
About as fresh as it'll come.
That's good to know.
Literally less than like 2-3 hours.
Not even much travel time.
Black dragons being very acidic, their livers are highly sought after for their purifying abilities and filtering abilities. Dragon eyes, hearts, and tongue are all just good for basically essence of dragon. It can be used as an enhancer for certain medications and such. I would be willing to offer for the young black dragon. Did you get the breast sack on it?
No,
Yeah.
I can tell you the gold values we got for each, because you didn't tell us, like...
Yeah, sorry. Give me the young dragon.
The biggest one?
Yep.
That was 1,400.
Okay, so you did not get the breast dragon. So the heart, eyes, liver, and tongue. I will offer you.
I think we got one
150.
breath sack, and I think it was off one of the worm
It was
What?
on one of the worm lines.
50, 185.
That's I'm assuming the 600.
Oh, good. I did think about this in the past.
Yep.
Good job,
No, I got a
passing me.
couple.
I'll give you 200 each.
Very, very
Like for all the parts?
personally.
For the young dragon.
Okay.
For just those parts from the young dragon. From if you have others from like the
yes,
Wormwing.
we have several others. I'm just wondering, is 200 of the 1,400 that we were told?
That is the bog standard amount.
Okay, so like it's not.
Not
she's not.
low, or that's not
naturally
high.
cheating, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just mostly like hide and stuff is where the money.
Mhm.
Okay.
Pure volume of
These actually also
the
come with an
scale.
interesting story. It was these dragons were actually planning a bank heist. Oh, so incredibly intelligent,
A dragon heist.
worldly, very, very dangerous. Several of us almost died.
Mm. Dear me. If you would have come beforehand, I could probably have whipped you up something to maybe have nullified the acid, or well, I probably would have needed a couple of days to make something truly effective.
Unfortunately, we've already learned. So I'm just gonna try to kind of persuade her. Try to do a second hazard pay.
Cool.
Try to
Give me a roll.
Try it again. With advantage since we're doing the Darwin Sparky power.
I will say yes, but next time, jump in a little bit more.
Yeah, I jumped in. It's fresh.
Yeah. I'll allow that to count.
It's fresh, still more. Rigorous hasn't even said anything.
Oh, yeah, I'm dumb.
So I'm just doing math right now.
16.
This
Oh,
is just
your-
ice
there's your
cream.
D20.
Oh, thank you.
You did 16? High. I don't think I could give you a bonus, but don't think I'm gonna lower my bar either. I think this is good quality, fresh goods, but I do have to think about my overhead, and I this is good amount, but if it was, say, an adult dragon, I could spread it out a little bit more than
That
these
is
concentrations.
Fully understand. We do have the other 3 wormlings, which
Yep.
I'm assuming I get the total for those.
I do have those. And so the total for that is... Oh, I did... God, I'm fucking awesome past me. Good job. 280.
There's a meme of Obama giving himself a medal.
So the total for the other ones is 280.
280 each.
No, just 280 total. Remember, these are bits and pieces.
So 280 divided by 3. I've got it itemized here, so can you...
Oh, it doesn't quite... do 240 divided by 3, and one of that is the breath sack.
Okay.
A single breath sack is 40 gold. They're an expensive bit. So they're 80 each. And then you have a breath sack.
Delicious.
Full of the bile of an acid dragon. It's very, it can simplify the making of an acid breath, a dragon's breath potion. It can take it down from weeks to days.
Because you got the S.
Then the young black dragon is 200, as I mentioned.
Yes, got that.
Cool.
And... Oh.
Excellent. She pays you your gold.
Now, I've got a question. Do you take quests?
I do take commissions.
I happen to know that you have readings for a black dragon.
I definitely can use, pointing over to the sack that holds the bile. By the way, these are the things that exploded on you.
Yep. Figured.
You got one. Yeah. She points it at it, and like, there's still like the cincher points and stuff like that where you guys tied it off and stuff, using its own sinews. And just using that, I should be able to refine it down and be able to produce a couple things out of it. At least a couple potions.
And then, I know it's probably not...
Oh, you got it out of Wormwing. I could probably produce one potion out of it.
That would be incredibly helpful, and we would definitely be back.
Very well. I was planning to do it anyway. It'll go on sale, but it is first come, first serve.
Okay. I had another question, but I've forgotten it. Oh, I know it's not your typical forte, but do you know where I could get an Illuminator's tattoo? Or like some kind of tattoo to help me with writing? I don't like using an ink quill. Like if there's something that can help me with writing, some such. It's the one that turns your finger into an ink pen. And you can write, use an action to make a piece of paper, with writing on a piece of paper invisible.
Everybody.
Zook would know. Zook would have it if anybody would have
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Damn it.
That's it. I will leave you to your gifts. Have a great day.
Thank you, dearie.
Uh,
And if you want to finish selling, the next stop is the guild.
Okay. Do the guild.
and we're off.
Takes you about an hour, as it's the other side of the city. But yeah, you enter in. Agatha is there at the counter, and she looks up.
Half an hour, but I gotta wait for you guys.
Fuck you, Squirrel.
Hi, welcome back. How'd you do with the thing in the sewers?
You mean the dragon?
mean this
in the
thing?
The dragon in the sewers? Sorry.
Dragons.
The 4 dragons in the sewers that we fought. Yeah, we did. We survived.
We're here.
Dragons are dead.
We're barely here, but we're here.
Also, we'd like to sell some dragon parts.
I want higher compensation than the 400 gold. Because this was not worth 400 gold.
I don't know, if you got the corpses of 4 dragons, you should have plenty of gold.
You don't know
We
that.
just told him that we're here to sell dragon bits.
Fucking damn it.
We just sold the more alchemical bits.
Zagatha.
Ah, Agatha. Okay.
And we are here to sell the less alchemical bits.
Very well. She does a whistle, and Drom comes in from upstairs. Comes down from upstairs. You called?
We killed dragons. We are barely here.
You have trophies to sell then.
Yeah.
Aye.
Alright, follow me.
One of the
And
smaller corpses is a bit mangled, but...
he takes you into the sitting room. A place you guys have never been in, but have seen in. It has many big couches and chairs and side tables. There seems to be a fair bit of card games / just like strategy games that are on it, like dragon chests and stuff like that, as well as just card decks and stuff. He takes you over to just looks like a big table, has many sitting around it. Hey, lay out your treasures. Let's see what you got.
Fubbity.
You have to sell to him scale, skull, teeth, claws, and horns. Alright. And he takes a minute of puzzling it over and looks. He takes out a small notebook and starts making notes. All together, it was... The big one will come out to that, and the rest of them, these... 6, yep. 5, 8, 300, 900. For the lot, I can give you 2,100. I did the math. It's a bog standard.
So it's what I have here, the 600, 560, 540.
Yep.
Okay. What'd you say, 2,100?
Yep, for the bits of all the dragons, young and wormling by the size of it. Shouldn't have put up too much of a fight.
It wasn't so much that they didn't put up a fight. It
This
was
is
more
Dom
that
speaking.
we only knew there was one of them. The
Ah,
other 3 were a...
your
unpleasant
preparation, the
surprise.
killer of us all. Or at least all of us that don't come back.
Right.
They were fairly prepared, however. They were planning a bank heist.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any money in the Richmond Holdings and Lending Company?
Personally, no. I think the guild might have an account there. They mostly, they're lenders to the mining outfits. You come in, you put up part of your stake, and they give you a small loan. And, sometimes you can pay it back, sometimes you can't. But, that's the risk with finance.
We just helped the guild's image slightly by making sure that the associated with didn't get robbed.
And in the ensuing fight, 3 of us almost died, including myself.
I'd
That's
say, if
terrible.
anything, with the extra story to that, that adds a little bit of lore to these things.
Probably make the,
They were in the sewers.
that probably doesn't help. But,
But
that
How many dragons
sewers
do
of
you know
this
go into
city.
sewers?
In this city.
This is a Richmond dragon.
It's a local dragon.
Yeah.
We killed one of your citizens.
Did it?
Some dragon was a citizen.
Probably. Maybe. Do we? No, we don't recognize dragons. You know what? I'll take the racism card on that. Not you, dragons.
The other dragon.
Sorry, the evil dragons that plan bank heists into my sewers.
Fair.
I'm
Which,
just fucking
again,
with you. I don't
It's a
fuck
great
with
story.
dragons.
It is pretty
Dragons are
awesome.
awesome.
He makes the selling of the skulls, which are the most expensive parts of you got. A little easier.
So can I persuade
You may persuade with advantage.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Yeah, you totally beat him.
Yeah.
John's a fighter.
Which is why he doesn't care that we almost died.
Oh yeah, no, like
That did nothing.
No, God.
the selling
This
point
is
that like
totally
3 of you went down was like prepare better. Is the vibe you got.
Inform
It's
us
like,
better.
Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't have let these guys become an adventuring
Good.
party.
You know what? You've convinced me. Give me your
Nobody
badges.
cares that we died.
Alright, fine, we'll come back in a few days at level 5.
But no, you make a good point. That's a good story. And there's a lot of bits here. They may be small, but 4 dragons is 4 dragons. We could probably commission a set of armor out of that. A lot of the guild funds more expensive magical items and could sell them off periodically to its members.
Will pay for itself when the buyer dies.
I mean, true. Anyway, yeah.
I love that. I imagine that's like a morbid joke they have, like around the shop.
Very much so. It's just like I sold this sword 4 times.
It's a good sword. Not good enough, though.
I'm sure some of the older people there lists of stuff.
Periodically, they get checked for curses, and they're like, all right, is this our fault or not? Nope. I bet it's the +2s. I was like, I have a +2. I'm invincible. I was like, nah, it's just a +1. Calm down. It's 1 up, and then like
Didn't know that was
we
it.
immediately get those back. Like immediately fought like an adult dragon. Anyway, I'll give you 3,200.
Oh,
That's a little above 50% more.
that's 11,000 over what you were already getting us.
I do a simplistic approach to this that follows Anathar's. If you fail, it's half. If you meet or within reason, it's the same. If you significantly beat, you get 1.5. It means you guys can either lose a lot of money or gain a lot of money, but it's really simple and predictable for you guys to approach.
So gambling.
Yeah, I guess it makes it riskier until.
Oh yeah,
Sparky has-
it's like they're straight up like we'll offer you half, and you cannot contest that price. You vote against it. Dragon parts, you've also learned that.
Sorry, that was 3,200, yeah?
Yes. Dragon parts, you have learned
I
as
had
well
extra zeros.
that they are rare enough. So one of the things I did last session that was maybe hard to pick up in the recording is I wanted this fight to teach a couple things about this campaign. For one thing,
We're all gonna die.
if you have significantly stronger opponents and stuff like that, you can harvest things from them, but sometimes harvesting can be dangerous. So if they have like a poison sac or something like that, that can rupture as you're harvesting them. You can choose just not to harvest them, but harvesting them always gives you the chance of possibly bursting something that could do damage to you, like you
Darwin
experienced.
learned this lesson very well.
Yep.
Yep.
Secondly,
Multiple times.
you learned that bigger things take up a lot of room. Those 3 wormlings and that young dragon took up all your space. You had literally none left over. You actually have talked about like going and picking up that last bag of holding because you were out of space. The other thing you're learning now, they have a floor. You, instead of giving half price as the starting for this, they were given at neutral price. These are rare ingredients. Not the minimum. If you don't try, you can just get the neutral. If you try, you can unfortunately lose.
You can screw yourself over.
Yeah.
Put your foot in your mouth and.
Wait, sorry, I'm doing the regular math comes out to 3,120 for the whole. Oh,
You good?
Did you do bad math?
560, 566, 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the calculator has those numbers in it. Because, well, the 1,400 and the 600 makes 2,000. The 2 5s make another 1,000 for 3,000, and then the 260s make
Hold
1.
on, let me do some.
That would be the baseline price.
Fine.
Because he said the baseline price was 2,000.
That's only for certain bits of it, not for the whole
Yeah.
thing. You've already sold bits
no,
of it.
No, sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, I did the math afterwards.
Because that's full dragon price. That's not piecemeal price. We sold.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, piecemeal price is I got 480 for all the alchemical bits and 2,100 for the non-alchemical bits. Like
That's
from
odd.
what you told me, and that's 2,580, not 3,120.
Let me do math because I think I know where. If I messed up anywhere, it'd be in this one particular spot.
It's the tongue, heart, liver, and eyes, and.
Scale, skull, teeth, claws, horns for the physical bits, and then breast, heart, eyes, lung for the.
Oh, I messed up with the scales. Okay, hold on, let me fix that. Well, no, because that should be. Because I took all the chemical bits out of the total, so 7. There's that minus the 2 things you didn't get.
How much?
Use that, which minus the things you sold, which would be that minus those minus that.
Half of this was in the pause in the uniform, so I didn't actually know what the problem
This.
is. Is it just that?
Oh, we got this from selling. We got this from selling.
Oh,
chemicals.
okay. That minus that minus that.
This
Okay, it should
is
be
what we should have done.
480 a piece times 3. Oh, that times 3. You're right. No.
Oh,
Plus,
so did we get? Was it just like we got paid for one wormling and or
The
something
total
like
from
I did math along in another
the
part.
total
Ah.
from last week is 3,000. The total that Alex is giving me now is 3,500.
I know.
Yeah, the total should be
Just wait.
3,960
I need it for you.
for
Thank
the
you.
trophy bits.
It's getting saved.
So the new total for the 3,960.
that? No, so we got a bonus for selling these because you did well on the check.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's 3,960.
Yes.
With the bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these 5 chunklets got sold for. These ones got sold for 400 something.
Yeah,
480.
something.
Pleasure. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Honestly, yeah, they were significantly one-sided.
I downloaded Sadie's meme from Reddit, and the file name was Tanner's Butt Paint.png.
No one was supposed to know what it was called.
Oh, okay.
Now everybody knows.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sadie.
Yeah.
That's getting added to my fucking D&D memes folder.
The meme was worth it.
Alright, that was more complicated than it should have been.
No, it's fine.
That's fine.
You guys have a fuck ton of gold is the answer.
Yeah.
Slightly
I'm
more
gonna
than we would have otherwise.
I think I messed up that physics encounter. I wanted something more than I couldn't remember.
And I look at physics,
Honestly,
it's
that
fine,
sounds
so-
appropriate.
Yeah.
The ones.
Physics.
That's just in character.
Yeah, I got a little too deep in that character. There was legitimate things.
Got
I'm-
lost in the sauce.
I know I've forgotten
That
something.
one, although it's heavier, it's like the shuka shit back and forth.
Got sugar, sugar.
I have one of those, but it's like heavier. It's like a shuka. Sorry.
Yes. You've now sold all your funds.
Are we
Uh,
enemies of all of those?
Yeah.
very
So I can split stuff out up now, yeah?
Yeah, you have nothing but gold.
Okay, so everybody gets 4,249 and a half gold.
That's not right. Everyone gets 4,000.
Did
How does
I?
everyone get 4,000?
Where
Oh, sorry.
Is it 400?
Fucked up the decimal point again.
Is that 24? Do you have 24,000
Sorry,
gold now?
did we get 23,000 gold or 2,300 gold?
2,300.
Yes.
This entire math section of this has been a fucking mess.
This is why I
I
don't
ate a
do math.
sandwich. It was a good time.
I just saw you periodically peeking over the fucking table, and just immediately. Wait, where the fuck did I put it?
You're geckos.
Yeah.
No.
Immediately, you were just
One
peeking
of
over the
them
table.
wants to eat
Reminded me
the
of that
other.
fucking scene in the fucking house.
Yes, a little bit.
Just Grace peeking
the
over the
scariest
table.
gecko.
I have no context for that scene.
Thank you
You
for
do
also
not
making-
require context. It is just
No,
smug.
I can see that look on your face. I can see you making that face.
With travel, by the way, you're right up against 8 o'clock. So it's 8 o'clock on the 9th.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably stop being the 9th sometime this session.
Did we send off Godfrey already?
Yeah.
He left
Yeah.
this
Oh,
morning.
yes.
Okay.
In fact, if you check in at the Sluice,
the crippled
things will
kid.
be different.
Like the crippled kid, didn't he?
Yeah. Hips on the court.
I think you know that.
Ah,
I probably told it a couple times actually.
probably. Actually, no, I don't. You guys might have, but I don't.
I will tell you the story later.
Okay. You're gonna get halfway through it and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah!
The new total was 7,958.
That's not right.
That's
With
the total
loot. No,
total. That's
the
the
total total
Oh.
with the loot and everything. With the,
Yeah, because we got a lot of loot from the
a lot of loot plus 400
It
extra gold from.
sounds right.
Because we got
That's the pre-split total. That's
2,300
Did you
gold.
include the
and then-
400 for the actual job?
Maybe?
Yes.
Because that's the treasure I wrote down.
I think it's actually more than that. But
What
I'll
about
take more.
the Dragon Horde? Would you like kind of fucking exchange? Because cubes.
No,
I
there are
already,
I'm an
banks for
idiot.
that.
Sorry.
it's already magicked into regular coin.
Which is kind of, boom.
I'm bad at math.
It's like a Mario brick that you just kind of punch and
Our
coins
wizard
come out.
friend who only exists sometimes showed up and cast and left again.
I have all the old
The magic
stuff
of
here.
banking, we can get this turned into normal money.
That's where our wizard friend lives.
The magic of banking.
It's an Alex game. Banking is magic.
Like banking.
He likes banking, he likes magic.
That's the
Of course,
point.
there's magical banking.
First you had friendship is magic, now you have banking is magic.
Okay,
Banking magic has to be dark.
I'm just.
the actual
just
total
imagining a whole bunch of
that we've
horses
gotten
and
from that
suits.
entire encounter is 9,047 gold.
That's
Okay.
what I have.
Divided by
People who
7
practice blood magic don't
equals
Magic.
1,290.
Too far,
Even-
too far,
even-
man.
Even the king's like,
No one's
And I'm rounding up to a half.
it's a necessary evil.
5 silver.
It makes me richer. But
1,000.
I can easily survive the outlaw.
1,292 and a
Gold.
half
Yeah. And yeah, and
5
then it's,
silver.
yeah, because it's point 42857142286.
It's 5 silver.
Whenever a new country
Okay.
is
You and me have the same
produced,
number now, so we're good.
Yeah.
banking magic is
1,492.
outlawed until that country becomes corrupt enough to un-outlaw it.
What is happening over there with Sadie?
I fuck shit.
Banking now.
Yeah, we're talking about banking magic.
Fair.
How
We were just trying to get you guys.
Yeah, like, people who practice blood magic are like, ugh, banking magic, that's a little bit too far for me.
Basically, every country starts with banking magic banned until it becomes too corrupt and then unbans banking magic.
We'll allow it as long as it's in my favor.
I'm making error in my favor specifically. Screw you.
Yes,
1, 2,
30
9,
cents.
2, and 5 silver.
Yes, the math is done now.
I would like to go see if
Michael,
the
get
rod
rest.
and
That was
1,
bad.
2,
bag
9,
of holding
2,
are still
and
there.
5 silver.
Okay.
292.
You head over to the CMS.
You did.
You guys can split up at any time. He's going to the CMS.
What about all the itemized fucking dragons?
It's already been.
That's-
That's included.
That was
That's
all
done.
this.
Oh,
We
okay.
just did it all. And by we, I mean Michael did most of it.
I
Alex
saw
was
3
there
times.
too.
I traveled to the fucking future. I don't remember this.
I'm just imagining your brain during this.
You see it listed for 400 gold.
You.
The bag of holding.
Yep.
I will take it.
Never in my life have I
It is
been more
yours.
insulted by something I completely agree
Congratulations,
with.
you did it.
It has CMS written on it, but it has embroidered in a big X in cloth. Sorry, not cloth, string. Big broidered X across of it in red. By the way, the X is in red string.
thread.
Yeah, thread. Getting string thread.
Red
like
string, but a lot of the string.
Like string, but bigger.
And where was the
You like rope? No, smaller.
Twine.
Twine. That's the one. I forget what that's from, but I remember there was a whole thing of bit.
the movable rod?
Move a rod.
Is that Zooks?
I believe no, that's here.
Oh,
it's
okay,
it's
here.
used in mining to
Shore up things.
no
Yeah.
it's they use wood to shore up things. It's used
No,
in
it's like the
emergencies.
emergency, I'm gonna
Yeah.
die. Let me buy a couple more seconds.
But it's also good for putting pulleys and other shit on. It's a movable rod.
It's useful. That's also expensive.
Oh yeah, I put rod somewhere else because I'm an idiot. There we go. It is 500 gold, and there was, I think, more than one left.
There were 2, we bought 1.
Okay, there's one left.
I will take that.
This town is officially out of immutable rods and bags of holding
Yay.
until new ones come, which you learned was about once a month.
So we did get the other bag of holding?
Yes.
Score just buggered off and bought a bunch of stuff.
As a side note, I have the other removable rod.
That's fine. I'm gonna use it for my hammock.
Fine, you have that fucking ass for it, bitch.
You good?
Good? Yeah, I just
His
knocked over
water
my
bottle
water
fell
bottle.
over.
Okay.
Lid was on it, nothing.
Yeah.
You can say everyone kind of went to the CMS with you and then went across the street to Zook's.
Yes.
Oh, at Zook's, what did you want to buy?
Zook, I need something that makes me write without having to use an ink and quill, and also probably more if you can find it.
I can think of something. Let me think.
Yes, more Zook.
Yes. Level 2 east side. And you follow him up there. And you've actually been in this aisle before. It's where you found his tattoo. That was miscategorized and accidentally put with theirs. With the other Illuminator tattoos.
Oh, yeah, I do
Oh,
remember
shit.
this.
He takes a needle off the thing and it has like a little hook here. Kind of about an inch wide, inch in diameter. And it just comes out to a thin point and looks to be made of brass. He goes, this, hold it against your skin for about an hour and you'll have a nice little tattoo. and it should allow you to be able to write with your finger, stuff like that.
Sounds awesome.
I imported these from the cattle.
How much are they?
You know if it's common or uncommon?
Common.
I let it go for 20 gold.
Oh shit!
Really?
Holy shit!
That's common for you.
Mm-hmm.
That is common. Cool. Okay.
Cool. You see, there's several of them, and they come in like a little, like, it looks like a crate that like you half open, and you know it has like a sign that says the Illuminator Tattoo.
Yeah. It's in a fucking shirt.
Yeah. He gets them for the capital.
Fucking hilarious.
Remember that Discord message that said, "Is it narcissistic that I laugh at my own jokes?" The answer is yes.
And yeah, 20 gold's all yours.
Last second, I laughed at my own joke.
Pretty fucking great.
Show up with the missus when you're downstairs.
Yes, sir. And I purchase.
Cool. Anybody else want to buy something real quick?
Is it attunement?
It is.
Yes. All the tattoos work.
Quick question. How much was my armor again?
1,500.
Okay. 1,500?
Yep.
Almost there.
Damn it.
Guess what?
Fuck.
I'm done buying shit.
On second
Nah, I'm
thought,
Yeah, you need help?
I think I'm gonna
Nah.
pass on that tattoo.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I also...
Out of attunement slots?
How are you already a out of student slots?
Pearl of Power,
Uh-huh.
How to Disguise,
Oh,
Ruby
yeah.
of the War Mage.
Mhm.
I'm out of attunement slot.
How am I looking at?
I'm using one attunement slot.
I'm using 2. I have the Ring of Jumping and
I
Shield
like
of
to
Missile
You have one
Attraction.
at least.
I specifically look for
I mean, you have 3
Harry
total.
after Link.
I have my rod and then knuckle.
Yep. Actually, you technically,
The Boots of
that's a
Elven Kind
staff.
and the Gloves of Thievery both don't require attunement.
You just put them on. It's
It's a staff.
Yeah.
Sneak.
Put them on, you be sneaky.
If you want it to be a rod, I will make it a rod.
I still love the
I don't know
aesthetic of
difference
Gunmore.
would be.
Nothing, it's
Dark,
length.
broody man. You
Well,
look at its
technically,
feet,
a rod
fragrant.
can't be used as a weapon, but a staff can be used as a quarterstaff. Though I will make the exception that you can use a rod as a club.
Just like Billy Club it.
Also, you don't
Slightly.
know. Sorry, where are we again?
Zooks.
Zooks, I guess,
okay.
right now.
Um.
Well, technically, you're in the general
Do you
store.
have goggles at night?
Actually, no, I think that's actually
Someone else
CMS.
has that.
CMC.
I think you got to go across the street
Is
for
it
that.
CMC or CMS?
Oh, it's
CM
Centurion Mining Corporation, the surplus store. Sorry, I was correcting
It's
you when you were
CMS,
correct.
yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, CMS is Centurion Mining Surplus.
CMC is Centurion Mining Corporation.
What the fuck was I going to say? Yeah, because I also want it totally.
Yeah, that's in CMS.
So, I'll deal with this
We
for
can
now.
go back across the street.
No, it's too late. But yes, I want to go back.
I tried.
We just go.
Gunmar goes across the
We
street.
go across the street.
Cool. You see a couple more goggles. They look like welding goggles kind of thing. You've seen them before, and they actually are black on the side, which seems kind of counterintuitive. But they do work still. No.
That's fine. Right?
These are 600 apiece.
They're expensive.
When you guys bought everything, they reshuffled prices.
I borrow 170.
Yeah, here.
Gunmar would like to buy a pair.
Cool. 600 gold.
I'm usually at the front and I can't fucking see in the dark.
This is why
Fair.
Tanner got a pair when we were buying everything.
Oh, you know what? I can
Good
update
idea.
mine
I
real
just
quick.
have goggles already.
Goggle, goggle.
My
You look at
eyes
Darwin
have-
from the side, it's like this long.
Just like telescope.
Look at him head on his.
You get nothing,
when
you
we're-
get fucking true sight.
When we're wildly rich, we make you one pair of goggles that you can adjust the setting on.
Ooh.
Okay, I like that magic item.
Where's an artificer when you need one?
In the capital.
Not in this party. We're not smart enough for that.
Like that, where you can buy like individual like slides.
Yeah.
They're like expensive, but it's like modular. You can get
They're
the ones
really
you need.
expensive,
Yeah.
but the perk is you have one
That is a
set
cool
of
magic
goggles.
item.
Like a viewfinder.
Yeah.
I like that aesthetic than just pushing a button. It's just like, oh shit, I can't see. Ka-chunk. Wait, what is that in the distance? Ka-chunk.
I gotta cycle around. Ka-chunk.
I missed it.
It's like those it's like when you go to the optometrist and they adjust
Oh,
each
yeah.
eye individually.
One
You got
or
one
two?
like dark vision eye and one eagle eye.
Like,
It instantly gives you 1d6 dissected damage.
No,
it just hurts the eye.
It just gives you
True sight on one side.
disadvantage on everything that you are so thoroughly disoriented.
Hang on, I got a match. I got a sync.
I know everything and cannot process it.
I can see everything, but There's a darkness
I'm gonna
setting
put my
for
ruby
no
of the war
reason.
mage on my scimitar. You notice that Sparky Scimitar actually, if you don't mind me going rogue with the flavor,
Go ahead.
you see that the scimitar that he's had at his hip for a while now. You good? You okay?
One broker. This is fun.
Pretty good, Jackal.
Also, you having a scimitar, I can only imagine it being longer than your freaking tail.
You're right. That's fucking stupid as shit. Also, I'm not proficient in scimitars, it turns out.
How do you?
No, you're a sorcerer. Do you want to put on the dagger you have, which you are proficient in?
You should have a dagger.
Yeah, I do have proficiency in dagger.
You've also stabbed people in the foot multiple times with that dagger.
Cool. So I'm gonna put the ruby of the war mage on my dagger, and you notice that like the entire blade of this, what was once, no, sorry, the handle, the entire handle, what was once a standard issue military dagger, carvers. The handle is now entirely made of what looks like sparkly, like regular little crystal, but it's colored as though it's a ruby. Like it looks like a ruby in the shape of sparky.
Neat.
And it is the handle that spins it around and drops it.
Oh god.
Also, I think
That
I don't think I'm getting the money back for that ruby. I think my I don't know where the ruby of the war mage actually is. This is actually just my crystal. I don't know quite what happened.
Is that what magic does?
Probably.
It does weird things sometimes.
Alright.
It struck him with lightning and now he has magic.
The magic did not strike me with lightning. I just got struck by lightning.
Well, I did strike him with lightning.
I did it.
The sky gave you
Fucking
Anyway, my point is we're now down 400 gold.
This guy's good.
Sorry if you've gone over this, but when did you get struck by lightning? Don't you live underground for the most part?
Oh no, it was after I went. It was one of the times when I went to the surface as a runner.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
It's about 8 o'clock. The shops are about closing now. Zook like is shooing you out, and I'm just like, hey, we're closing up.
No, we're in CMS now.
Oh, sorry, that's Tanite.
Zook comes into CMS and was like, alright, they're closing up.
Get the fuck out! Damn it!
They hire him part-time to be their closing manager.
He talks so
He
fast!
gets everyone out the door so fucking quick.
Like, honestly, worth it, yeah.
Trooper's walking up and down the aisles and like sees you guys and like,
Hovering over this just basket of goggles of night.
he's like, hey, we're gonna close up. Do you want me to check you out real quick?
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't know how late it was. We apologize.
No worries. And he takes you up front and
Knowing full well that he's still fucking annoyed at us for being in. No worries, he lied.
He
Very
lied as easily as he spoke.
But yeah, it's just after 8. You guys are
Yeah,
outside.
Mark's
He's
kinda-
just finished closing the big barn doors
They
that
magically
this
adjust
warehouse
the shape of
turned
the head.
surplus store has been made from. In fact, everyone but 2 of you
Unmatching.
has dark vision right now.
Yeah!
Only one of them, Vanya, can cast dark vision.
Or become a tiger.
With dark vision.
Oh fuck, we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to do this. I was gonna ask Zook, so I was like, hey, is it possible to like make it go with the dread purple?
I mean, you could ask him real quick, or it's not locked.
We can say you just did it before
Yeah.
you left, because you back and forth here for an hour.
No, we go to CMS, then we go to Zeus, then we go to CMS, then we go to Zeus
I could probably
again.
modify it that allows it to change the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do something with that.
Yeah.
I could do it probably tonight. For a rush job, call it 15 gold.
Done.
He takes your helmet.
Strip.
It's just a helmet. Yeah.
Strip starts taking off. Just that's the helmet. Just the helmet. Ah, that was a voice crack. Anyway,
Accurate. It's okay, I
So,
squeaked earlier. We're
it's
all
not
having
good.
a moment.
It's now just after 8.
That was called not breathing.
Should we?
I don't recommend it.
Do you think we should wait a morning
So it's
to
funny
venture
though.
into the sewers again?
I mean,
It's up to you
we
guys.
can.
well, yeah, that is a thing.
A
You
lot
do
of
know
us got real
kobolds-
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know kobolds operate at night. So if you want to time it to when they like send out runners, if comparison to what you have experience with, they would operate between the hours of 11 p.m. and 4 a.m.
I actually prefer to go at a time where the runners would a large group of threatening-looking people.
Then anytime before then or after 4 a.m., you should be relatively safe. If you want to make sure like no one's going to be around that area, call it 2 hours before and after.
So like 6.
Yeah, anytime after 6 to about 9. Well, you could enter that area and you don't think anyone would be there.
So if we took an early night, be there.
Right now, yeah. And you're hurt enough to justify going to sleep after waking up late.
We still need to talk to physics about that job for us.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did that.
We did talk to him.
We did tell him we had business. So.
Yeah.
Took us a few hours to tell them.
So go to bed now, wake up in the morning, kobolds?
He might not be up yet. If we're going early enough.
I mean, if it's late in the day, he wouldn't expect us to go and do it up and about and obviously one it is.
Alright,
we...
Alright.
So you head over to Cantus's. Well, it takes about 20 minutes to get over there. From low to no. You go see the guard. It is a different guard.
We're here to see specifically physics. He had a job for us.
Oh, I heard about you guys.
Okay.
They tell each other what goes on. They have the whole report thing. It's all paperwork.
Gossip in the next room.
Here, wait here. I'll summon Sherman, and he'll take you over to the tower. And it does take a couple minutes, but soon you hear the clanking clank of Sherman in his glorious form, but also in that kind of it's chiseled wood that has been painted and stained to give like this kind of butlerly feel, and only on certain parts of him. And he's got like cuffs on around his ankles and stuff like that, so it's more of accent pieces. So he's not any less effective, but he has like a more posh appeal.
Oh, Sherman, can you take us to physics?
You don't. He doesn't say him.
Beep, bap,
But-
boop, bap.
He like nods his head. This whole time you've been waiting in the foyer.
He and his master are both mute.
That's very true.
Aw.
Sucks.
I don't think he does that either.
Because he doesn't have a mouth.
Hey.
Yeah.
He takes you to a new part of the manor. So, if you go full on straight back for a while, and then he takes you a left, you can now see into the backyard. You've actually seen the back because you got a tour around it. You didn't complete the tour, but you did at least see the back.
So everybody except Tanner and John.
Yep. It looks a lot like the front, a little bit more ornate. There has some maze. There's a maze back here and a couple things. Hedge maze.
Grace got really excited about a hedge maze. Tanner doesn't care.
It's just more grounds. There is windows out to the grounds, similar to the front. This is a long hallway that showcases the grounds.
The tall bush.
At the end of it, at least one of the ends of it to the left, so you've gone straight and gone left. You see a door at the end of this hallway. Big, heavy wooden dark oak door. It has two lanterns over it that glow a kind of violently violet-like light in each of them, and has a brass handle and a knocker in the shape of a couple runes, like magical-esque runes. Sherman gets there. You are now all in front of this hallway. This hallway, by the way, is like 15 feet wide, so plenty. He takes the knocker on his two fingers and just really gently, and then starts backing up.
Runs over.
So, you're all waiting there, and just like hanging out.
I wait for the alarm to go back because it has standing orders that if Fizz does not respond in time, to knock. So I'm just waiting for that second knock.
You wait for a good like minute or two, and Sherman is just waiting, and then nothing happens, and then all of a sudden you hear from a voice behind you, just, "Hi,
Motherfucker!
Gunmore, are you alright there?
Y'all didn't get surprised by that shit?
No.
I mean, you're surprised, but you don't need to freak out about it.
I mean,
Hello.
It's alright.
We came to talk to you about that job you mentioned before.
Oh, what?
We don't
The
know.
one that you
We
told us about.
In Cantus's room.
in the study earlier when you were talking to us
Right.
about the pack keeper.
There was a rod thing.
Yep.
Earlier. And
Yeah. By the way, you see he has a plate of food. Just holding it and like a mug in one hand.
Did we come at a bad time?
No. 8 o'clock's a good time.
Great.
At least it's an okay thing. And just like,
Ah,
I was
West.
eating. I'll get to this. Anyway, and he like walks up to the door, and as he walks, it just opens.
As it should. It's a magic door.
Just follow
in
me.
a magic manner
We
with a
follow
magic
him.
butler.
And a magic man.
This tower, the first room of it is relatively bare. Looks to have just
Right.
crates and shit in it. This tower looks to be in radius about 40 feet on the inside. And there's a staircase made of just protruding stones, starting from the left of the door, going all the way up. Each ceiling's about 20 feet tall. And he just starts walking up. Just follow me. And you follow, and every about 20 feet you hit to a landing. The landing goes for about 5 feet. Another 5 feet section comes off, and there's a doorway. And you keep going, and you pass about 5 of them. You've seen the tower from the outside, and eyeballing it, it's like 50 feet tall. Maybe 60 if you count the point. Anyway, you keep going up, and you've passed your 5th door, your 6th door, your 7th door. At your 8th door, and it looks like it keeps going. He stops and goes like, and turns into, is like, we'll meet here. And you walk in.
Alright.
You are in what looks to be a laboratory of sorts. Not like alchemical though, more like astronomical, with maybe some engineering bits to it. This room is encased in glass, lead-lined glass and panels, but big panels. And it looks to be about 80 feet across, from end to end, and has a ceiling that points upward. At its highest point is about 40 feet high. So, big, tall room. Across all of its surfaces are astronomical charts, pathways of the gods, so like god family trees and stuff like that. Equations. There's a couple like rolling chalkboards that just have shit rolling on them all over the place. There's tables everywhere with just papers and notebooks, all open. One's open on each of them. All tons of notebooks with
Parchment?
no, the thing you
Bookmark?
bookmarks. God damn, I got lost on that number. Bookmarks in them, and
Oh, it's
like
physics.
books used as bookmarks and other things that have bookmarks, and just everywhere around you is just work being had. Hanging from the ceiling are several taxidermy animals, including a giant alligator. Not like an actual giant alligator, but just well, I guess this room's big enough. An actual giant alligator, like 40 feet long, huge.
That's what we were supposed to. No.
It is stuffed, you can easily tell, but it is hanging from the ceiling along with other things. This taxidermy's a round of like peasant fowl and stuff like that. There are things in jars and curiosity cabinets with just shit in them. There looks to be a small place that is slightly clear that has a bunch of candles around it that have mirrors, so it directs all the light down, and he just places his food there. It looks like the one place it's not clean.
It's a heat lamp.
No, it's more like just
It's where he always puts his food down.
and also just light. Like, there's just a lot of light focusing there.
So he'll remember there's food there.
Could be. But yeah, it's a big room, and you're looking out, and you are probably 100 or so feet above Richmont, and you can see for functionally the whole city outside the glass windows.
Nice.
What you can't see, because there's also shit up against them, like cabinets and other things. You can see about 80%
It
of
would
the
be
way
a
out.
spectacular view if it wasn't covered by other things.
Like posters and shit. You can see about 80%, but it's not a good 80%. It's all like
It's like
cut up.
between things.
Yeah. Anyway, make yourself at home, and there's random stools and shit, and there's like one actually kind of nice armchair in a corner. It's a circular room. I was like, anyway, make yourself at home, don't touch anything. This is physics lab.
Wow.
Nice.
That place.
So this quest.
Yes. what was it again? And as he's thinking, he starts going to you guys, and he seems to he has this weird pace pattern that he seems kind of consistent with. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but it's a pattern that he's doing. He does something kind of interesting. He takes you each by your arm periodically as he's making this pace and moves you a few feet this way and a few feet that way, and moves you over here and back. He's like, I was like, you go over there. And he's makes the quest. And he's just trying to remember something and periodically moving people at certain spaces. So you're all you're not in a circle. You're just at weird parts.
Can I do kind of history? What position we were standing in?
Yeah, sure.
That's usually all over the place.
Yeah, it was a solid.
It wanted to be
It
a
wanted
6.
to be a 6.
8.
Even though you're recalling something from only a few hours ago, it wasn't something you were paying attention to. You do have a vague idea that, just an offhand thing, the study was smaller than this, and he's placed you around this room, pretty significantly far away from each other.
It's all an illusion. He's trigger the ritual at any moment.
Oh no.
He's moved you all around this room, and he kind of gets to the center and goes I remember I tell you after you catch the apple. At which point...
I catch the apple.
It's an apple.
At which point you hear a twang in the side of the room, and part of the alligator has fallen. Just like his life arm. And it falls, and half of his... one of the claws falls down, falls to a table, hits a spoon flips, goes over that way, hits another couple of things.
This is why he didn't want us to touch anything.
It hits a alchemical set that's in the making of something. It moves a dish overneath a Bunsen burner that has been left on, possibly not even able to be turned off. It starts overflowing, and then its cork pops out, hits a table. Hits a bookcase that hits another book that makes something else falls off that goes to you, and you are holding out your hands, and it falls into your hands. But as that falls down, you hear a creak of wood. And behind you, another thing has been lifted up, which falls into, causes a taxidermy bird to fall off that goes to you, which you catch. But as you catch it, you had to lean forward, and he didn't know this, but you had a string tied to your back. That pulls off a candle that then falls to the ground, and as it falls, it starts a string of oil that happened to be there from seems like an old experiment, and it goes off and puts itself out. But before it puts itself out, it burns up a piece of paper that falls all the way up, and it causes this looks like a diagram of a flying machine that was just there to break and fall, and it flies across the room and it goes over to you. At which point you duck, but as you duck, you hit your chin on top of the table, which then locks the table and causes 3 balls to fall off. One rolls to your feet, one rolls to your feet, and one rolls to your feet. At which point you all pick them up, and turns out they were crystals in a line caused by this focus of light caused by the fire that initially set off your thing. That's basically it set off a candle that was magnified, then magnified, then magnified. It hits yours, then yours, then yours, and it goes over to a basket. At which point that basket is heated up, basically, and you hear a pop, and it looks to be a kernel the size of a fist has popped into a giant piece of popcorn, and flying out of it was an apple that falls over to you. Can you give me a dex save? Oh, check.
I like to think just at the end of this, his lab is in ruins.
It was no grit somehow.
That's the quest.
I like that everyone else is part of the machine, but I have to actually interact.
So sorry.
I'm not as funny.
You're too unpredictable.
Do you have inspiration?
As it comes... Don't worry about it. As it comes towards you, you put your hand out, and physics looks up and is like, no, you hold your hand higher than that. And this shift happens, your hand is 6 inches higher. And he uses this. And all of a sudden you just...
I drop the apple.
Go right ahead, but you have caught the apple
It hits
first.
the ground. Things keep moving.
Now I can tell you. That feels so much better. Anyway, so we're done with the quest, right?
Something is just.
Oh yeah, 3 of you are injured, half of you on the ground. You have an apple, which you've dropped.
Tanner's like trying to undo this
Man.
string.
Yep.
He can't quite reach it because it's
You must be
behind him.
really good at that
I-
science that explains the material world. What's that called?
Why did you do that? Why?
No, I didn't do that. That was just going to happen.
I'm so confused.
I just-
Can I have this crystal?
You moved my hand.
Nope. That I did. No, actually, when you won, I moved you over there. It's actually a form of static electricity with some solvent I left on it a while ago. Here, and he pulls out like a little vial, like, put that on it. It's not like super glue, which is, that's literally rubbing alcohol. Okay, so it's not like.
So you didn't get it all.
But, no,
There's
God, I
enough
feel
here
so
that
much
you
more
can snap.
focused. No, when probability builds up like that, it's nice to release it all at once. It gives me some more focus. Hi, let me pop introduce myself. I'm Physics.
Hello.
I've gone by a couple different names. Physics the Distracted is kind of the most common one. His actual name, you guys guessed it. Which was really nice. I'm sorry about that. There was a lot of probability building up in here, and it confuses me when a lot of the timelines are kind of all together like that. It's nice to release a lot of
I
them.
get it. It confuses me too.
I see you're familiar with it.
Love it.
Anyway.
Darwin pulls out the mask. He is also physics.
Anyway. Oh, that feels so much
Physics from
better.
another
Oh.
timeline.
There's a possibility.
So this quest.
Yeah, no, what I need you to do, I need my, auxiliary crystals back. By the way, your adventurer sense, put it on, like, that's a $2,000 crystal each.
That's why you want it back.
There are polished sardonic crystals of a reddish hint that you now learn can redirect light.
Cool.
Right, the quest I need. I need you to go talk to the kobolds.
Oh,
Oh.
Well,
Wow,
your
that's-
luck. That was our plan.
yeah, we were already gonna do that. Why?
Aren't you one of them? I guess not. You
No,
actually, wait,
I'm-
he takes a closer look at you. Like,
I'm a different kobold.
yeah, no, you have a different markings on you. Huh. You wouldn't be able to see them, but you can kind of tell where some of the kobolds have been when they interbreed so much. They kind of have resembling genealogical Anyway, you're not. You're right. You're not part of the tribe.
Yes.
Huh? No, it's true.
I mean, both are not. The ones here are stripes.
They're very subtle. You would pick them up after a while. Have you met a lot of kobold tribes, or just your own?
Just my own.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually came here seeking other ones.
Oh,
I
good.
helped mine in Hinterfell kind of come to the surface and be part of society there.
Excellent. That's good to know. Anyway, yes. So the kobolds here run our sewer system and have basically been aided to our society, but they've asked us not to interfere with them. So only the people in the know. Having a kobold among you, you were a specific group that I was interested in hiring. So I am one of the go-betweens. It's me, Cantus, and a couple other people in the councils. Normally we meet with them about once every 2 weeks or so. Unfortunately, at the last meeting, they did not show. And I'm not too worried. It's happened before, but both times it's happened before, there was an issue. And last time there was a cave-in that they were very busy with, and we ended up sending some help with them and all that. And another time, their chieftain was just sick. And they did not send a representative, as apparently as part of the tribal society, if you're not the chief, you don't go, and so nobody goes in his place, because therefore he would also be a chief, and therefore there'd be 2 chiefs at the same time, which you can't have.
Do they not have a shaman?
They might. I've only met the chief and a couple of his followers.
Right.
The chief is the shaman. Is that possible?
Well, question: would I have technically been my tribe's shaman?
You would have been. Well, you would be up for if you didn't have one. Your group didn't have one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would be eligible to be a shaman.
I was basically the closest thing we had
Yes.
to a shaman.
Which honestly, you were closer than a lot of shamans.
Yeah, okay. I'm worried. We talked to a man that's associated with one of their runners, does some trades with one of their runners, and he said that the runner was late for his.
Now that's concerning because it might be more societal based. So my biggest worry is a cave-in.
Been it because of the dragons?
Possibly. Where did you fight the dragons?
Insert place where we fought the dragons.
The northwest end of the city. Which we
you-
didn't see any signs of kobolds there.
No, you recognize the building patterns, but you didn't see any evidence of them. Like they built it, but that was
And then they just-
possibly the last time they were
But
there.
they might have gone like to ground because there were dragons in their house.
The dragons, if you fought them over the Skid Row ward, it's very far from where they are.
Okay.
So hopefully they had nothing to do with them. And you said they were planning a heist, from what I vaguely remember.
Yes, the
Right.
heisting Richmond Holdings and then.
Alright. Remind me, in this timeline, did they already finish the heist?
No,
Or-
no, we
No,
got
they
it before
hadn't
that.
started it yet.
Okay, so that puts us... Okay.
So in this timeline,
Fucking Doctor
Mhm.
Strange ass.
Well, depending on decisions made on the multiverse and probability theory, different things can happen. And now, grandiosely, everything will happen eventually,
We're gonna have
but
to kill
sometimes
this man
the
once he gets
order.
mad.
Once.
Sometimes
He's
the order
already
gets
there.
out.
Once he goes to the evil level of mad.
All right.
Sparky says out loud.
No, that was-
yes, I
He's not
understand.
listening.
That was Michael.
No,
He only
so
says that in one timeline.
the good news is the president is relatively fixed. So everything kind of gets tied up at one point. It's why time travel to the backwards is actually well more stable than the forwards. But that being said, that's only theoretical because we can't even do either one. Except, the good old-fashioned way of waiting.
What I'm hearing is your magic has something to do with seeing the future.
I can see possibilities of the future.
Gotcha.
And
He's
I'm
like an
a...
oracle.
No, oracles are tricksters. I see...
He's like a good oracle.
I see what is possible of the future. I'm at least pretty good at it.
And it sometimes makes you real distracted.
I'm in tune with it enough that sometimes I'm on a couple different timelines at once. I can focus, though, periodically by just allowing a lot of probability to happen.
Like what?
Now, I knew that was a possibility, but you all needed to be in the right places at the right time to happen. At which point, I put you there and waited.
Cool. I think we found the entrance tunnel that the runners out.
Yeah, we found a way in.
That's good, because we actually don't... We've been very careful of their secrecy. They've actually given us quite a lot.
Right.
The sewer system they have developed is extensive, and actually well beyond the knowledge we've had in some of our major cities. But they have been very clear with their requests, and we have honored them. So I don't know where they enter and exit.
Where do y'all usually meet them?
We usually meet him here.
Oh.
Not in this tower, sorry, in
So they
Cantus's
come
Manor.
here.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And there are multiple sewer entrances throughout Cantus's Manor.
About what time of day usually?
We usually meet on the first and second Fridays of every month. I'm using Friday as a placeholder.
It would be first and third.
Thank you.
Every 2 weeks.
First and third. Of every month. And we usually meet around dinner. About 7 o'clock. We usually just meet up for general... This was a much bigger deal years and years ago when they first came. But now it's mostly just updates, tradings of medicines and such. We consider them citizens of Richmond. But they keep to themselves. And mostly just maintain the sewers.
Right.
And storm drains, of course. As you now know, they are separate systems.
Yeah. We can get down there. It's just
Well, that'll be good, because we don't know where they are. I know they're not in the... The only reason I know they're not in Skid Row is that has come up. Skid Row is where they used to be. When they first came in, apparently their original home... Well, not original home. They came here a couple decades ago. And they first set up in a natural tunnel limestone system that's underneath Skid Row. Which they then retrofitted to be part of the sewer systems there. I only know they're not there because they said they are no longer there. But I do know they're somewhere in the city, they say they do live in the sewers. That the city is quite big and the sewers run the length.
Oh, it shouldn't be too hard. I know the pattern. I'm pretty sure I've figured out, like, but we should get out so we have time to sleep, so we can go.
That would be good. Once you find them, I want you to deliver this letter. It's sent by myself and Lord Cantus. I also ask you to keep knowledge of the kobolds, as you might know, to yourselves.
Of course.
I want to know if there's anything wrong with them. They've missed the last... as I mentioned, they missed the last session. But they seem to worry about it, about something beforehand, the session before. So...
And you couldn't... Well,
No, unfortunately, my sight is proximity-based.
gotcha. So, like, the things in this room you see, but things outside this probably not.
The grander scheme of things. I have some spells that can give me some more clearance on it, but the things that I can affect and that I'm most in tune with are within a proximity of myself.
Probability have to hurt me.
I don't know, the character's smart
Right.
to really
I followed it. It was awesome. Like that.
Same.
Yeah.
None of us are
Gunmark.
smart enough to appreciate your character, Alex.
It's all good.
Regardless, I will head out and
Sleep.
and head out bright and early in the morning.
Alright. Well, I appreciate it. Sorry, the probabilities are kind of kicking in again. I can usually get a couple minutes in, but, here, at the very least, let me give you a ride home.
What?
Okay.
Here, gather up.
Sure.
And just be
We
within...
gather from our very spread out points of probability.
Well, I guess, like, technically you've all kind of gathered in.
We'd have
Put the crystal
walked towards
somewhere,
the
just on
door.
the desk.
Put it
I
anywhere.
don't know about you, I was stuck to something for a while.
For a minute or two, yeah.
Gunmar, throughout the entire conversation, was rubbing his jaw, and when they talk about multiverse theory, it just the fucking Windows dial-up sounds like.
Gunmar, are you eating some water or something?
Don't drink anything in here. If it's water, it's old. If it's not water, it's deadly.
Okay, let's get home.
Coffee.
Anyway, I just need you all to agree.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'll take that for the group. You are now outside the lobby of the lodge.
Whoa.
Much appreciated.
I don't think he can hear you here.
No, he's with you.
Oh, okay.
And just, you are now outside, and it happens so instantaneous that it's like a bad shift in a, like a bad transition in a movie of just like, oh, they changed the scenery,
Smash
we're
cut.
different, yeah. I'm just like, you're now outside.
That make anyone else's stomach turn flip-flops.
Should it? You're quite good at that.
Okay.
So cool.
I'm going to roll, depending on what to determine.
Couldn't have to. You're just in a different now.
Technically, but
Just outside, but a big open room.
Gunmar does not throw up. It was going to be a 5 or lower. Then I throw up.
anyway,
I rolled
before
19, so I'm good.
before I kind of lose myself again,
Before you lose yourself again.
yeah, no,
Kobolds.
yeah, no, kobolds. Go find them.
Yeah.
Make sure they're okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything else?
Where do you establish?
I don't know.
Anything about the sewers?
Careful, they're slippery. And
Okay.
boom, and he's just gone.
Right.
Well, let's get to bed then.
Alright.
Same bunking as always.
I got no problem with it.
Easily done. When you
Dinner then, man.
oh yeah,
Sparky.
'Cause we haven't eaten.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah, dinner.
Yeah.
yep. They still serve it. It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I still do the steak.
I still autos.
And you.
How much is it again?
It's 5 silver for the steak.
How much is the fish?
Fish is 3 silver.
I'm getting steak tonight.
We'll get fish.
We fought dragons. I'm getting steak.
This is a steak type of
It's a
thing.
steak
I
chan.
haven't had steak in quite a long time.
Rodizio's.
No, like an actual, like, thunk type of steak.
Rodizio's.
If you just ask them to, yeah, just slide off the entire thing.
Yo, it might be
Wait, please.
great if they'd let you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep asking more. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, but eventually they run out.
Cook another food.
But that's when you
Oh.
have steak.
Speaking of that,
Anyway.
Steak.
next time there's a place up in Easton. Oh, I guess over in Easton.
Oh, place.
It's called Texas de Brazil. It's the same place. It's a Brazilian steakhouse. Only you can get discounted gift cards at Costco,
Oh.
like 75% off.
Interesting.
Oh.
So for $200, which is a big upfront cost, sorry, for $150, you get $250 in gift cards. So we could, like, basically it'd be if we
That'd
go
be
as
cool.
a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next big event we got, we can do that.
Just organize it via gift card.
Yeah, so we head to bed, or we eat dinner and
Head to bed. Easily done. You can wake up any time. 8 o'clock would be the normal. Unless you guys want something different, it's 8 o'clock.
We wanted to get up like at 6.
Yeah,
right?
we wanted to get up pretty early.
Okay. You eat quick and get bed by 10.
We speed run dinner.
You said you wanted to do
Porterhouse.
something?
Just 2 fork
Yeah,
in
go see the kobolds.
Okay. Before
Pick it up like a
we did the fucking dinner and shit. No. Okay. Oh yeah, dinner.
I was just trying to move along to.
Ah.
I'm excited about the kobolds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, we speed run dinner.
Cool.
We go to bed. We wake up.
It's 6 a.m.
Morning.
God, we got.
Morning,
I
all.
get to sleep in so much. Like, it's the hunter who wakes up
Yeah.
at dawn.
If he's lucky.
Yeah. You're like, oh man.
Actually, you know what? No, forget my yawn. I want to wake up with the sun like a rooster.
Just imagine, like, he's just like.
Oddly enough, a bunch of rooms near you have emptied out recently. Weird.
So we've been getting noise complaints at 5:55, 5:57, and 5:59.
They're getting later as the days go on.
Yep.
We're
I didn't even know we could
fall.
calculate time this accurately in this world.
I don't even have a wristwatch. What is a wristwatch? What is going on? Phase. Anyway,
Physics shows up like you're in a novel.
I just finished Loki.
I understand.
Congrats, you're in a tabletop RPG. What the fuck's RPG?
It's
The
hard to
grenade?
tell grenade.
But yeah, it's 6 a.m. You meet in the lobby.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I know where the sewer is, the entrance is, so I'll just tank is there. Put his Tanner gun at that point.
Howdy.
So I leave them there.
You take them there. It takes about 20 minutes, like everything else in the world. Those of you who weren't here, you now know that this entrance that they found is near the gate bridge. It's right there. So, it is off the beaten path. It's not actually, it's on the road. It's just, there's a space between 2 buildings.
With an alley in it.
Yeah,
We've talked
that,
about this before.
yeah,
It's
it
the
dead
alley
end.
that has a sewer in it, right?
Mhm. It dead ends, and it looks like there should be a floor, but it's actually just overshadowed. And it actually goes down about 10 feet. Hearing tips?
That's getting out to the quote book, Alex.
So, you get there, and it's still actually really hard to tell from, like, on the street, looking into it as anything more than a dark alley. That dead ends within 30 feet. But the second you, like, kind of poke your head in and start adjusting for the great contrast in light, even in this dim darkness, it's suddenly you realize that it goes down. And there is a door. So you're in a dark alleyway at 6, just past 6 a.m.
Only 2 of us can't see well.
Is the door locked?
You
Or is it like?
Knock.
Yeah, it's fine.
You try the handle, it does freely move, but it doesn't seem to be engaging any locking mechanism. Like, it seems like a disconnected.
Oh, so I just pulled the door up.
Give me a strength check.
No one will help you. At least Gunmar will. I can't speak for
Fucking
everybody else.
kobolds can do it. I'm a kobold.
Kobolds can probably do it after they've unbarred the other side.
So what, like,
Fair.
just straight strength or athletics?
Athletics.
Is that better?
It's not
It's the
worse.
same.
4.
You just pull, and you are suspended using the doorknob to just
Yeah.
hold yourself off the floor a couple feet.
Sparky, are you okay?
Can somebody,
I will
open the
help
door?
Sparky down.
Oh, that's
I
easy.
will-
No, he's not like in falling distance or
Okay.
anything, but like, no, he's like holding his whole body via doorknob.
Yeah.
And
Gunmar will attempt to open door.
Imagining this floor is like him trying to like, put his feet up on the wall and yank the door open, but he's got his feet on the door.
Yep.
19.
all right,
Much higher.
when you take a hold of it
You rip
and
the door
you
off its
pull,
hinges.
and you like got a good footing, and you pull, there is this ungodly screech
Super break this.
as you learn that this was rusted shut.
Oh, jeez.
And you scrape it and can pull it, and after about 18 inches of play, it swings open as it's basically been knocked loose, and it's still squeaky. But you learn that this was probably not the exit they used. When you look into it, you can start seeing the pitter pattern, like a foot traffic pattern. This was definitely a way in. It wasn't locked. It was just rusted shut, and you have opened it. Congratulations. You see the path, and now very clearly from the inside, you can see there's a hidden hole that goes up like on a couple crates that would have left about chest height into the alleyway. And looking like, oh, if there's a hole there, and you start looking at it, it's incredibly well hidden, but you guys also didn't look for it. There's just a hole in the masonry.
Everybody inside, don't forget to shut the door.
I need another strength check. It doesn't like closing.
This is like moving.
That's gonna be worse.
No, stop,
Perfect.
please. The creaking and the scratching and the scraping. That was,
14.
Was that not you?
They're
There was one thing.
Okay.
They're unpleasant.
Very much
14.
unpleasant.
Very sorry.
You get it a little bit moving, but with a 14, you are not able to fully shut
Try
this
again.
door.
This door needs to be shut.
Trying again. That's a 2.
Want to help him?
Back, help me.
Okay, I'll give you one more
Now
chance.
we got.
Now with advantage.
No, this. Sorry.
No, the fact that you're
that
getting to
helping
roll.
is why he gets to roll again.
Yep.
Oh.
Fuck
Do
this.
you have inspiration?
Yes, fuck this. I'm using inspiration. I will get it back.
It was another 2.
Well, if you roll a 1, Vanya's within 30 feet of you.
This dice is going with the dice show. That was a 4. Back, close this door.
No, at this point,
We've tried
with
too many
yanking and
times.
yanking, you have deformed the door.
Oh, jeez.
This door is now locked 6 inches open.
Well, Leo
Fine,
didn't
fix
really
it.
come back.
We'll fix it
have
when we
that.
come back.
Mending, would you?
I do. Not
Oh.
today, but
That makes a cantrip.
yeah, I can only have 3.
You
Oh,
can
you-
only set your cantrips.
Yeah, you can't reset your cantrips.
So
you
whatever
can do
pick
that on
at
a level up.
1, Yeah.
Oh.
But you can't reset
Sorry.
cantrips every day.
What? Okay, because we've been going back and forth on this, because I have been paying attention. You've made the opposite calls multiple times. Because
Oh.
you've told me I could,
Was it daily
Well,
you could
cantrips.
switch it?
yeah, like once. Just one spell
Cantrip.
Yes.
of any type. I thought of it.
That
No,
sounds
no,
like something
that's
I've
a
done.
source. You don't pick your whole list every day.
Yeah,
She does. Because she's a druid.
and because
Your
she's a druid,
spellcasting it works functionally different.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yes.
She can't switch out cantrips,
No.
but I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm always cantrips?
No, at level up, you can
Whatever-
switch it around.
Yeah. So
When you
at
level,
level
only
1,
when you level up.
Yeah, at level 1 you picked cantrips. At
Hmm.
levels 2, 3, and 4, if you wanted to, you could have changed out one of them.
Recommended?
I think that this is just a concern of did she have too many cantrips or has she like had different camps on different days or something like that?
It hasn't been important yet, so just for level 5, it's something to think about.
Mhm.
But your spellcastings work
Very
fundamentally
different.
differently.
Okay.
I can't have many.
Might want to do that.
We can all.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this hallway that you've all entered in is about 6.5 feet tall. Is maybe 5 feet wide. Pretty, very narrow, kind of tall. There is no light. But with the light from the outside, as the sun is coming up relatively, it's still decent in the horizon, but there's some shadow and bouncing light. You see the pattern of the feet, and you can see the stepping stones made of crates that led up to the outside via that hole. It's a single file kind of situation in here. And there's the entrance door, the now wedged entrance door. And it's pretty stuck.
Right, we're gonna have to let Physics know about that so we can fix it.
Yep.
Everyone shovels. Yep, not our problem anymore.
But yeah,
It's our problem. We can't get
so,
out.
So there are. You said there were clear tracks.
That they, like, go
More,
up and pick up.
yes.
Some of us can fit through.
I mean, yeah. There's a pathway of movement that looks like there's like they kind of huddle to the middle. It was a very clear
I
like
hear you.
this is where they move and that's where they don't.
You might have
Not necessarily tracks, but a wear pattern. I guess would be maybe a better word for it.
We're about to learn if he's a kobold or an average
I look around for markings.
Oh, sure.
Any kind of markings they would use to navigate the
The first thing you do see is a marking on the wall about your height. You recognize it. It's different than what you would use, but not by much. It looks like just slight differences, but it's a marking that means exit to the outside. What?
Can I look for any sort of tracks?
Sure.
Found?
So you see that, and you also see the marking.
I also help him with tracks.
Oh, okay.
That's 18.
Cool. They are actually quite easy to find in here. As they consider themselves pretty protected in here, they don't seem to be nearly as careful as what they had outside. You see the pathway in the middle is commonly used. It looks like it's a well-worn path that they've used for a long time.
He
And
doesn't know if he wants it or.
I would say with an 18, you could see that they probably haven't used it in... The water here trickles pretty constantly. It's always... This is a very musty environment.
Yeah.
Which means that if you're not actively going through this path basically daily, you can start seeing the moss creep in. And just general algae growth. You can base on the algae growth and stuff like that that it probably hasn't been used in a week. You also see next to that sign, by the way, functionally the equivalent of an arrow, though it's whatever sign you want to make it look, so it's not as obvious that it's like that way. But you do know these things usually mark towards the center, the home, the village.
I'd be able to kind of follow it.
If you can find them on your way. This one was very obvious because it's like it has to be here, so you found it, and it's next to that one. The next ones might be harder to find. But you do have advantage, and you do know kind of where to look.
Okay. I'll start trying to kind of back. You said there weren't too many tracks available, yeah?
No, there's a fair... not necessarily tracks. So there's not like individual footprints, but there's a very clear wear pattern that you could probably follow.
Okay. I'm going to follow on that and, like, looking along the way for...
Cool. Can I get a... I need a... party line.
Marching order.
Oh,
Marching order.
The menus are over there.
You're in front, I think, because you're...
Yeah, I'm in front.
Gunmar and or back right behind you.
Yeah.
I'm right behind us.
Darwin at the back.
That's good, Jerky.
We third.
Yeah.
Good jerky. I'm sure it's very expensive.
Oh, Jerky's expensive.
So... Put me next to Gunmar. I don't care if I'm in front of Gunmar
And then
or behind.
Spark or Vanya, probably. Darwin at the end.
Is Vith here? Vith, you're in the wrong...
Vith!
You're in the wrong tunnel, Vith.
You're way too high level for us.
Suddenly we feel like
Hey, Vith, make
we
a
can
strength
tank
check to
any
open
sort of
that door.
save. Yeah.
You wish I was in this campaign. Fucking 16th level paladin. Walking up.
He wouldn't be a part of our group. he wouldn't.
No, he would walk in and single-handedly deal with whatever we're dealing with for the next 4 levels.
Hey, Vith,
Oh,
make
God,
a strength check to open this door.
Cold welded, but just pushing. Okay. So yeah, so we have Sparky, Gunmar, Beck, Squawk, Vanya, Tanner, and Darwin.
Yeah.
Cool. Keep that in mind. You guys start walking forward. Sparky, can I get a survival check
Yes.
with advantage?
But you're about to ask for a save. I'm like, oh, where'd Vith go?
That's survival save.
This is advantage because you are tracking kobolds.
Damn short.
I will have one more.
Yeah, is that...
Survival.
Oh, my survival's not great.
At advantage with kobolds. That blue one has been a 5 multiple times today.
You travel for about 10 minutes. And you've passed... let's see. You pass several different T-junctions and stuff like that. Four-way junctions, Y-junctions, grades. Even a couple times where you could technically go up or down. A fair bit of numbers where you could go down. You're looking out for these symbols. And you're looking at, crossroads and stuff like that. Like, make this turn, don't make that turn, and stuff like that. But you already learned beforehand that these are not the symbols you use. They're similar, but they're not exactly the same. With a 10, you don't fail, but you basically make enough way in that A, you can get back, but B, you are not confident you are continually following the right way.
Are there any thieves?
If you wanted to look during that whole way,
Yeah.
you can. It'd be a perception check. Wait, where are you? You're here. No, you
Okay,
wouldn't.
fair.
Just nothing you can see at least.
That's fair.
But you feel like with a 10, you could definitely get back. But you feel like you're not on the. You've probably missed a sign at a
We're
crucial
not
point.
lost, but we're not
Yeah.
going
Yet.
where we need to go.
Go back to the.
Back to the start and start again.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to the start and start.
Right?
Or go back
You
to
go
the nearest sign that we.
Okay,
That
I
was at
screwed
the
up
start.
somewhere. We need to go back.
Should we just like yell really loud?
No.
No.
All right. Bad idea.
It's good to confirm with the group, though.
Oh yeah, so we go back, start
Tanner
over.
can bring
Do I
back
still
eggs.
get advantage?
Oh yeah,
You're
no.
still tracking kobolds.
I'm gonna say you get basically one more chance at this before you have to take a day. I will figure out a reason, but
Ooh, one of those is good.
Significantly better.
Yeah.
Yeah. 19.
oh yeah. As you walk down, you go about 5 minutes, which is about halfway before night, and you find a sign. You were just probably looking at a different part of the wall or something like that, but this time you find a sign. You realize, A, they're few and far between. So either you're really far from where they are, or they're very cautious. Those are the two possible options. And this one tells you, take a right.
Also, I'm gonna say before you, minimal aggression with these
course.
guys,
Mhm.
because they are going to be afraid of most of you.
Have I ever been aggressive?
Dragon.
Yeah,
buckle.
you
Dragon
gave
asked
Dragon asked for
an
it.
aneurysm.
And
Also,
aneurysm.
don't until I can get a hold of how much these guys like drag. Don't mention that we killed
I
the
was
black
not gonna bring it up. That
Yeah,
was
that
not.
was
Was not
gonna
gonna
be
be my opener. In fact, I was not gonna say a word unless you told me to.
But yeah, just to be clear
Unless it's
that everyone's
fun, I
listening.
can't talk.
No talking
That's
about the
a
dragon
good
is fine.
point. There's a solid chance that you and Gunmar are gonna be the only ones they can talk to.
Do kobolds normally know common?
Not usually.
And Squark.
No, well, not always.
Squark
The,
speaks
the,
Draconic.
Yes. Yeah.
Fletcher
then.
did mention that they sent their kobolds that new common up to.
Oh.
So some of them probably do, but maybe
Some
not all
probably
of
do.
them.
Their chief probably does.
Might not be the one we run into first.
Right. Which means we're going to be the face of the party for a bit.
That's fine.
So I just wanted to put that out there to make sure.
This is exactly what you should be doing at this time. It's like when you're in front of them, which is good. You head down the right turn. So, can I get once again, a survival check as you look for the next sign?
With advantage.
Yeah.
Kobolds.
Still decent.
16.
Okay. You find something kind of interesting. You go down about 2 feet. About 2 minutes of walking. You see another sign. And this one says turn left. But before you do, you take a closer look at it. And you realize this is a trick that you guys do as well. This sign does say go left, but it says it in a unique way. It basically says go left by don't go right. It's a way of reversing a sign. So it means go left. But you realize, like, this is a fake sign. You put these on there that if somebody figures out how to read your signs, they would go left. So what you can determine is that if you go left, there's probably a trap.
Gotcha.
You don't know where the next... It could... You basically, your best bet is go straight or right. You know, I'm going to say this is a T section. The only option is going straight. But you know there's a false sign telling you to go left right here.
Okay. Don't go left. We're going straight. Left is a trap.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know what kind.
That it's likely there.
Yes, it's likely that. Who knows? The trap could be just a gelatinous cube that they happen to have trapped in a particular.
Probably not. Didn't somebody say they had to get them imported?
You do know that there are gelatinous cubes in these sewers.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
they-
somebody who told us that, the sewer worker guy.
Yeah.
He told us that they had to get them imported.
Yes.
So it would be unlikely that the kobolds just had one stuck.
Or they took one of them.
It's like,
Unlikely,
this
not
is
impossible.
ours.
Speaking
But
of
yeah,
the... Oh, sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
I was speaking of the gelatinous cubes. Do the people at the front have good perceptions?
We can see in the dark.
True, Darwin
As
can't see
far as it
squat
goes.
right now.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
Are you blind,
Are
Darwin?
we gonna be okay
What?
to turn on
Are you
drift
blind?
flow?
Can you not see?
Well, right now I am, I guess.
Dark vision.
Are they going to be fine to try the triple? We don't know, do we?
Based on what you know
It's a
about
sewer.
kobolds?
This is-
I'll let you do a gut check. Put in this situation if you were in your hometown. You're just watching one of your entrance tunnels. And from a distance, you can see a light. And you can see that light approaching.
I would immediately start telling other kobolds, like, hey,
someone's in the tunnels.
Cool.
Well, we're not trying to sneak up on them though.
Oh yeah. So we want to just walk because
More
they
literal
can
end.
see in the dark.
Right.
So we won't be sneaking up on them no matter what we do. But
Right.
a light would tip them off that someone that's not supposed to be in the sewers is in the sewers.
Right.
So
Alright, we continue onwards.
Going on. You cast dark vision. Do you want dark vision on yourself?
Was it
No.
concentration?
It's not.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. I
A lot
never
of
used that spell.
the senses quality spells usually aren't like water breathing.
Give me another survival check. You have survived the trap.
Making us survive.
Well, technically not. You've avoided the trap.
It's
They're getting
slowly
progressively
getting worse.
worse.
and worse.
13.
Okay.
When in doubt, there's always advantage.
As you go forward, you go for about 10, 15 minutes, and you're pretty confident that you probably missed one. And you could probably retrace your steps back. But,
There's enough people that were Arwen is at the last time.
no, you've been traveling for a while. Also, there's, once again, twists, turns, twists. Not all, there's a lot of straightness through these tunnels, but actually a fair bit of them gently curve, to the point that functionally, looking down, you can maybe see 200 feet.
Or it just kind of veers off and.
Just like veers this way, then that way, then this
Well,
way.
we can't see out more than 60 though because of darkness.
Yeah.
If you could see that far, you couldn't.
God gave us knowledge that we shouldn't have.
That there are turns in the sewers.
I know, but we shouldn't have that knowledge.
We could probably.
We can't
We've
see
been
that
walking
far.
Infer that knowledge.
We've been walking.
If we look 200 feet, if we do enough math.
But you could probably retrace your steps. With a 13, you're confident.
Hello.
I would like to retrace back to the last.
Sparky, would it help if we like marked our way between signs?
I mean,
Probably not. We're
Would
following different signs, not our own signs.
it would help us find our way back, but I'm honestly pretty on that front.
All right.
Yeah.
You feel like using their signs, you could get back out. Now that you have found them, you know what they are.
I was thinking more if we go the wrong way and trace our steps back to a sign.
Definitely a
If
possibility.
we made our own markings, we would be
Gotcha.
able to do that.
Yes, we should definitely do that. We can only have, what, 3 at a time? Well, by the time we find the next one, we should be able to
Hopefully.
override it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do from now.
I mean, we could just have.
We get rope.
I,
We tie rope together.
I was gonna say like if any of us have chalk or something. Gilmar, you're taller than anywhere the kobolds would be, right? And you could just put something high up on the wall to
That's
mark
also a good
ours.
idea.
Test this real quick. I'm going to the back.
Discussion over.
But basically, just at each intersection that we come through, just put a mark.
Well,
on.
we don't want to lead other
Yeah.
people to the kobolds.
Right.
This is just for between signposts. If we take a wrong turn,
Yeah.
we can
Right.
turn around. Because we can dispel all the
Yeah.
prestidigitation marks
Okay.
later.
Okay.
We don't want to accidentally leave markings in chalk for someone
Ah.
else to follow.
If it's low, it'll naturally clean it off.
That's fair. We could put them low. Because over time, the chalk would...
Put
I
them
think
underfoot.
it's just easier to just do the prestidigitation.
And yeah.
And if
Give
we
the
run
chalk
out, we
to
can
back.
just start doing
Very
chalk.
well.
It's not Beck's
Why do you have chalk?
I give the bet.
No, because he's shorter, and he can mark the
We're
stuff
not
better.
marking it with chalk.
Thought we were.
We're doing
We
prestidigitation.
went in a very big circle that said we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it was a good idea.
It wasn't my idea, it was somebody else's.
Yeah.
Mickey!
Maggie!
Mickey, stop playing in the road! Mickey, no!
Evan's car.
Smell
Oh,
Evan's
Evan's
car.
gonna, he's gonna jack your car.
Oh.
He's jacking Evan's car.
Oh,
Yeah.
get him
He's gonna take it on a joyride.
He's doing it.
Mickey again.
The fuck you
My
mean again?
insurance won't cover this.
Again.
Oh,
Mark out the scratches from last
Speaking
time.
of which, oh my god, the crash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
70 miles an hour to that door.
Ooh.
What the door?
At the convention center?
Yeah.
The Tesla.
What happened?
The
Tesla
guy
crashed
is...
into
A
the convention
Tesla
center.
couldn't or wouldn't or couldn't have stopped his car and
Very
He
should.
should have been going 70. This,
and it crashed into the Greater Columbus Convention Center.
I think he blamed the car, didn't he?
He did blame
Yeah.
it. Well, of course he blamed
But,
the
like,
car.
yeah,
He
obviously.
doesn't want to pay any of that.
I mean,
Yikes.
The small miracle is that no one got seriously injured. Like, the driver
Yeah.
was sent to a hospital, but he was sent in stable condition, and nobody else was injured. Period.
Huh.
That is
Makes
the miracle.
Hmm.
There's, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage,
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
course, but nobody got hurt.
I mean, that place is constantly under construction anyway,
Tag it on the to-do list. We need to replace those doors
Don't
anyway.
worry, wait, it'll get fixed in like 6 years.
Just imagine.
They said they're
just
gonna have
finished
like
that
the
entrance.
room that got destroyed functional in 2 weeks.
Functional.
Pretty. Never said pretty. Said
No,
functional.
no, like enclosed.
It'll be interior.
I am going to do another survival.
All right.
We are marking with prestidigitation between these.
How
Is the
far?
room with the big face?
Just
Don't know where it was. Now that I look
I
at
don't
it.
know. Every time we lose sight of the last one, or is that too?
Have they
close
all
together?
been relatively the same distance? So
No,
Okay.
vastly different.
Anyway, I got a dirty 20.
Okay, that's good. You start making your way, and
Whenever we start to forget what direction we
in about 5 minutes of walking, give or take, maybe a little bit less, you see one that says turn left. You follow that one. You follow that one for 7-ish minutes. You see one that says turn right. Take that one. One comes up to a triple bend. Sorry, a three-way. It says take middle. You're now like making good progress in hitting these. And you hit beat after beat after beat, and you start walking for a good 30 minutes of just taking turn, then turn, then turn, then turn. And you realize in total, this is probably a 40-minute winding path. And with your knowledge, you feel like you can make it out. But after about the 5th turn, none of you, except maybe you, feel confident that without serious effort, you could make your way out again.
Great.
There are sewer holes. Periodically, you see ladders with entrances, so making it out the way you came in, difficult.
Make it back
Finding a
straight.
way out, but easy.
Surviving, not the problem.
Just
But
in
yeah.
the middle of traffic, a manhole comes out. Like, I've been down there
Wagon.
for 2 weeks. I've been down there for 2 punk.
Yep.
But yeah, you can get out pretty easily. Every couple hundred feet, there's an entrance.
Tesla.
Finding your way, but finding your way through the pattern, you can do it now. You could probably make a check to do it. That's relatively low. You all would need a hell of a check as someone not trained in navigating sewers. Also, you realize
Okay, navigating sewers specifically?
I don't know.
Don't judge me.
That's fair. I'm just really curious.
Where do you think you got all the bugs?
they're nature bugs.
The
Thank you.
wild. Have you ever gone outside? There's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, there's also a lot of bugs in the sewer.
No, there's like 3 different kinds, and but they're just pervasive.
Eh.
Anyway, you learned that like
Just
this is a
follow
long
it
route.
in.
Is the point?
Dragons.
At this
I have a couple
point,
dragons.
you hear a noise in the distance that you initially don't pick up on it as anything different. Then you realize, like, the reason you know is that, like, oh, that's cobalt feet.
Just like a little pitter patter. It's like,
With the scraping of like the talons you have on your thing, and you're just like, it's got to be just like another cobalt. And you're like, I'm not in Hinterfell. Like, that's
no,
another
that's an
cobalt.
important thing. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking for.
What?
Another cobalt.
Wait a second.
Wait.
It's like equal parts plat and scrape.
But yeah, you hear it kind of off in the distance, and you stop. You're at the nearest sign. This one says go straight.
Where
It's
would kobolds walk?
Round usually.
No, like what part of their foot?
I like to think it's like a thwap.
Just flat.
And then as they pull themselves forward, like the plat,
So like
Clap.
this?
plat as the talons scrape.
Just
So
nice
they're doing
little-
this every time?
Yeah, they're
Nice
basically
lazy
dragging their
walk.
talons.
Coco would do that, and you would get
Terrible
like
way to walk.
the top of his paws would get black with like dirt and stuff because he would drag the top of his foot.
But yeah, the next sign says go straight. You hear that sign. You hear that those footsteps coming off to the right. You're at a 4-way section.
He's like,
And it says go straight?
Yeah.
But there's a scrape off to the right.
Yeah.
You weren't off to the right, but the sign says. Does the sign say go straight, or does it say don't go straight?
No, it says go straight.
Yeah, the sign might be.
You only found one trick so far.
Okay.
This probably pulling the lack of ice. One guy might not.
Yeah,
be
yeah,
there.
wrong.
Run.
Or we could, or he could be dealing with whatever trouble it is that is troubling him.
Let's go find it.
Alright, you
Yep,
turn
do it.
right.
I turn
Move the
right,
bit one out.
and I'm going to start
This is the-
trying to head toward.
You start making your way.
Very large. Oh yeah, by the way, before we left, Gunmar got his dread helm.
Oh, there.
I'm going to.
Zeus was open early?
Oh, you're right. He left it out with a note. Fine.
Yay!
Just-
He was just sitting on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna steal a
With
fucking
a
drift
bow.
for Gunmar.
It's technically a magic item. Someone would steal it.
Everybody knows Zook and was like, nah, I ain't fucking.
That's true.
He'll find
Like
it.
everyone looks at a dread helmet sitting there and I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck with whoever owns that.
Zook left it on overnight.
It's on the ground, smoldering.
Everyone just thinks it's
Yeah.
a bomb about to go off.
I will tell you right now, at the back of
Whose dread helm is this?
at the Dreadhelm, in the inner part of the back part, is now a circle. And as you like go through the circle, it looks like just a small like little slate disc.
Oh,
And
I
you
know.
can change the who now.
Yeah. It's now a dark purple.
Excellent, excellent.
Simple modification.
I like the idea that it's the equivalent of like an actual U.S. soldier just like leaving their helmet to get fixed on the front porch, and everybody's just like,
No.
I would be stupid to steal that. I'm just gonna leave it there with its fucking notes.
Yeah,
That's giving a lot of credit to people.
Yeah.
it's very true. You start making your way down that way.
I'd be very
And-
stupid to steal that, Jose.
You go up basically 100 feet, or 50 feet, 100 feet, another 50 feet. And the padding you heard once, and it kind of stopped, and you're now about 150 ways away from the sign. And you're listening. Can I get a perception check? Other people can help with this, or do themselves.
Hell, I don't know how I can help.
So you can do a perception check
Okay.
if you want,
Roll
You're
2.
limiting it to 4 though, right?
as always, yes.
I always have to check.
11.
6.
Is else not close?
16.
No.
Air wants to roll.
Okay, I'll roll. Look, if
two
you
are-
give Grace the option to roll
You're
dice,
within
she will
5
take it.
feet. Okay.
But I want to make sure other people get the chance to roll dice.
Okay. You two.
Gunmar things might happen.
You're really like paying attention and looking and not looking, but like listening and trying your damnedest and hardest. You two listen as well, and it's faint. It's faint. You're listening for footsteps, and you guys don't hear footsteps. You hear the small sliding of like a hand on a wall. It's different enough that it sounds different, but you were hard focusing, and you were kind of just broadening your ranges a little bit more. And to the right, again, about another 30 feet down, you feel like that's where the sound most recently came from. And, because you can see down there, it's a T-section. So, there's a left, 30 feet down.
I poke my head around.
You see a long tube that goes to the end of your dark vision, but 30 feet down is a left turn.
We continue on that way.
Alright.
Before we turn the corners, I do want to check to see if the code is around that corner, so we don't just come around the corner
Careening
with
into 'em.
7 people.
Smash into the scope.
I will say, because this is an option you guys have not talked about yet, you are pursuing somebody,
Yeah.
and while trying not to startle them, do you want to be quiet so that you can like try to get the jump on him? In the sense of like, if you aren't trying to be quiet, he could probably hear you coming. You guys aren't quiet. You have 7 people in a small tunnel.
We will follow. Tanner will follow Spark easily.
No.
I think we should let him know that we just started talking to each other.
That sounds like a good idea. He says
To
he's
kind of
got
put them at ease.
everybody else shut up.
Yes. So we are going to continue walking. We're not going to stealth.
And having
But
a
we
casual
are-
conversation
we-
in Draconic.
We are going to very clearly having a conversation on it. Whether Sparky's voice is the norm for kobolds, they would know possibly a kobold.
Slightly deeper.
Stunning candy. Is that many of that candy?
I do.
What a conversation!
And sorry, it flew over my head. Anyway, I say, oh yeah, you want some candy?
Of course I want some.
I got some white candy.
Yeah, we start talking about the candy we're sharing.
Over
The
the
rest
next,
of us watch them hand out candy to each other and not us.
Oh, this candy is so delicious.
Darwin from the back of the line just.
Tanner turns around.
You can't. You don't see shit. You just smell
Okay.
candy.
Oh, you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
see
shit.
anything.
I can!
Got magic.
You
Oh, yeah,
smell
you got
bullshit.
it.
Bobby,
You
you can't
can't
start
see.
vision on.
I know. But you also you see and smell bullshit.
Tanner and Darwin are just like,
It might actually be bullshit now that we're thinking about it. We're in a sewer.
You want
Anyway.
Well, no, you brought the candy.
So, as you make your way 10 feet, 20 feet, as you get to that corner, that was an interesting call. That was nice. Do you stop, and as you look around the corner, you lock eyes with another cobalt.
It's just him looking at the
Yeah,
giant
it's
kobold.
just.
And as you've turned the corner, you lock eyes for maybe a fraction of a second before a crossbow is in your face. Small one. You might call it a hand crossbow, though yet it seems to fit him really well.
I am going to I'm going to subtle spell cast.
Real quick, this guy, this cobalt,
Shot you.
is of a orangish color,
Oh, we saw you.
dark orangish. He's got amber eyes, a long tail. He seems to be wearing denim-esque clothing, a kind of a mixture between a miner's kit and kind of something more universal. No, a lot of denim and riveted. But he also seems to have a jacket on that seems to be well worn and take like a traveler's jacket but minimize it, and has a lot of straps so it can be held very close to his body. So there is no rattling per se. It's a very tightness, and it's a thick leather that looks like it could offer some bit of protection as well. It's covered in pockets.
As it should be.
His feet, while he does have his talons, and you did hear that, you can see that they have been dulled back. And his feet have pads on them to help just grip in this slippery environment.
Ears have that?
Sure.
It's more of like...
I was
Aesthetic.
curious.
Is it footwear or is his feet actually padded?
No, most kobolds don't wear padded anything, they just have their feet. This looks to be something for a purpose of some kind.
Okay, so it is clothing. It's not
Yes.
an evolutionary divergence.
No.
Okay.
It is clothing. He
I
has
thought for a second you were like, he has a different
He's
sort
got
of
dog
foot.
feet.
Same.
No,
That's what I was thinking.
sorry, no. He's wearing the kobold equivalent of footwear.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
On the same page.
Besides the hand crossbow that he's wielding and pointing at you, he has a dagger on his belt, some rope on his back, and just a couple other bags about his person. You can see he's also wrapped, not like... So I imagine this in my head, but now it looks dumb, because it's just like, imagine like a satin mask that's skin tight, but except for the eyes. Then you have a kobold who has a snout, and
I know exactly what that looks like, and it does kind of look dumb.
yeah.
He's like vacuum packed.
Yeah. Ignore that entirely. He's got a hat on.
What kind of hat?
White
Bowler
bread.
hat.
What kind of hat does your hat look like right now?
It doesn't look like a hat. It looks like Sparky's wearing nothing.
I guess it's
He's
more like
wearing
a fitted
regular
helmet.
clothes.
like a skull cap, leather skull cap.
Toboggan.
It does have straps that come down though and keep it tight to him. I mentioned he's a dull orange.
Yes.
Oh, you can't tell.
Can't tell.
It's black and white.
Black and white.
You guys have no light.
Oh.
He is gray.
He can't tell either.
It's a lighter gray than my gray.
Yeah. He's pointing a crossbow at you.
Hello. Peace. Hello, friend.
He squints a little bit and just... Oh, was that message or draconic?
That was in Draconic. I've decided not to cast that.
Understandable. What up,
Does the
bastard?
crossbow bolt actually go off?
No, he's just
Oh, he's poised to shoot.
Who are you and why are you here?
Bam!
Can I ask that you not shoot me?
Solid request.
What are you doing in our towns? He says, this is draconic. Just making sure.
What did he say?
What are you doing in our tunnels?
We... sorry, I've got to think of this guy. I'm a representative from a different clan of kobolds. I'm traveling around to make contact between clans. And I heard that there was some kind of issue with a meeting with the I grew concerned, so I figured to offer any help.
All this in Chicago.
Yeah.
Gunmar at this point turns off the Dreadhouse, where it's just like...
helm.
The only person he can
Kobolds
see
only
is...
see me.
Yeah.
I know, but Gunmar just preemptively...
I
put it
want
turn-
to not be scary.
Yeah.
That looks it.
My favorite part is you had it on this whole time.
Yeah.
With your
Is
gray
your cloak
eyes.
of billowing also on?
It's only on when it...
If
when
it was
I-
billowing, it would have kept it out of the muck.
Yeah, so it's on.
Okay, so it's hitting
And Darwin
Beck in
cannot
the
see
face.
shit past it.
No, Beck can't see anything.
Eventually, he just says "fuck it" and goes under the cloak.
Just walks really close to Gunmar.
Just hang on.
It's
not that short.
Oh, Sam.
That's
It's
true. You're not that.
You know,
short.
you know a lot for an outsider.
Because I'm a kobold. Like we're all basically the same underneath. We all
Okay.
make tunnels. We all make sewers.
Not all of us. We do. I guess you do as well. But
Yeah. I just tried to come and offer help. I don't know what's going on.
never seen you guys here before. But you give me a persuasion check. That was a good opener. So I want to figure out how open he's going to be.
I'm good at opener ones.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take a long rest yet.
Oh,
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
Take your long rest.
No, he's got 20 out of 29 health.
Oh, wait,
he
you
didn't
mean...
mark it.
Yes.
Oh,
We
you're
have...
just gonna
forgot
go
to.
across?
I was gonna take another
Go.
bath before I go.
Yes.
Oh,
Now you have to go on Gray's
well.
lap.
So yeah, I do have to.
Comparable.
I
He's done it
sit
before.
on this corner of the chair because this chair is dying on
He
me.
might
He's
be
not
distracted
good.
by the window. No, not the
No.
window. No.
Oh!
It's about the window.
It's all about the window. We were a path to the window.
Just you.
No, it's not about the window. He just wanted to look.
I mean...
Look, you shall do. Because it is warmer here.
It's all warmer if he's just looking.
I got it. Shit.
Yep. Checks out.
Have you tried increasing your body temperature?
You made
15.
inspiration.
He
I
does
did
not.
not.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. You did something cool earlier. What the fuck
No,
did
it's
you
too
just
late.
do?
I've already rolled it.
That one.
It is. But you should get inspiration.
I don't remember what it was, but I meant to.
So... Michael.
Yes.
Alright. Look, there are things going down right now, but I've never heard of you. I've never seen you before. You... There's nowhere I'm taking you to the main village. And if you go there,
Well,
I...
it's somewhere I don't know where your remote is.
I can't take you to the village. And if you go there, I have to let them know. Because I don't know you, I don't know your people. Oh, you have friends back there.
Oh yeah. I thought that was a sign.
Said that.
Mm,
You said.
you also went quiet.
Yeah,
just-
he heard them, and Sparky said he wasn't alone.
Yeah.
There was literally at least 3 of us talking in your car.
Only 3 of you. At most 3 of you.
Don't let them see me. Oh,
So this is my fucking remote every few days. Sometimes it's my fault, most of the time it's not.
so, by the way, at this point, he has put down the crossbow. But it is still, like, at his side, still
He stopped
cocked.
aiming it at you.
At least at your face.
Your foot, on the other hand, fair game.
Alright. My name's Nuke. In the UK.
Hold it.
Look, yeah, there's been some trouble.
This is false.
I'm a scout. We're called the Vithika tribe. It is spelled Verthitcha. Vithika. Vithika. You know in Draconic that translates to mountain. It's kind of generic. Oh, kitty cat.
Well, he did want to go out earlier.
Yes,
Vertica, got it.
look.
The file name for
Best thing you can do right now is turn around. Go back where you came from. And you really want to help and meet some other kobolds. And we can meet somewhere else. I'll run your name back. And we'll just see, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I go by Sarko. Recognizes as the thing we discussed. I'd
Yeah.
have to go through our messenger back on.
All good.
Something about
Mhm.
lightning.
I believe it's Call of Lightning, but I can't remember. When you give your full name, he goes like... Tempet. T-E-M-E-P. Tem-ep. Temep. E-P.
I thought there was
Temep.
a consonant. There was not. The nuke. Temep.
Mhm.
I love how you put the umlaut over the U and nuke.
That'd be Nuke.
Nuke. Nuke.
Honestly, I was thinking about that.
thinking of
No,
whether
damn
to.
bad.
It's too late. I
He
can't
is
butt
already
in.
nuke.
Anyway, I'm gonna go this way. You go that way. You take your people out of here. And where you guys staying?
The lie.
Be there in 2 hours. Give me your room. No, don't do that. Meet in the basement. I don't want to go topside.
I mean, I guess there's probably like a cellar where they keep stuff where the real gin tournaments happen. Why? Why?
He's
He's
scheming.
got his butt up against the window.
Herman keeps the spare key to the cellar behind the main, the left counter. The cellars can be accessed in the kitchens to the left wing.
What was that?
What was that for?
I hope that gets picked up, like the table creaking.
Just don't think I've been interacting with Vanya enough, you know?
No, this is the Sparky show.
Go back to Vanya and
got
she's
it.
like talking to like a slug.
I'll meet you there.
It's like in the sewer.
I can't
Do you want me to bring my friend on, or?
So you have to talk with them.
Can you vouch for them?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
You haven't seen him. None of you have seen him.
I hear the
You had not
conversation.
told him
You,
we're not
would have
kobolds.
heard. You would have heard him say, "Don't let them see me."
You would have heard the conversation and understood it.
I wasn't here. Me, Alex, wasn't here because I was getting yelled at for a fucking vote. But
We, Sparky and this kobold, have had a talk. The talk is that he does not want to have this talk here.
okay.
We've arranged another place to talk. Sparky has not mentioned that we are not kobolds.
Okay.
But yeah, Gunmar just says, "See you there."
No, you're not involved in the conversation.
Okay.
At all.
Sorry.
Like, the rest of us are behind a corner.
Yeah. He
No,
can't see you.
he
Like
has
you
not
could
seen
talk,
us.
but
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
But you and Squirt can understand what they're saying.
Bring my friends.
But your voice would also very much come from twice as tall as Sparky is.
And would definitely freak him out.
Yes, I will be there in 2 hours. Then I start walking. I send them that way.
As you make
You'll
your way
just crowd into
out,
each other backwards.
you and I bet everyone else here hears the patter feet again, just going off into the distance.
Going back to the lodge.
He wants to meet there.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
skittish and wants us to meet in the basement of the lodge.
Lodge has a basement?
Yep, there is behind the counter on the left, and the
Okay.
entrance is in the kitchen.
How are we supposed
Yeah, I mean, we can't see. How are we gonna get all of us down there?
He did name drop. What was his name? He did name drop Herman's.
He said Herman keeps a key.
He knows where Herman puts the key. That doesn't mean Herman is in on the plan.
We should have asked.
I mean,
Well, I think it's our problem down there.
yeah.
It's
I
not
mean,
his
I feel
problem.
like even if we don't get the key, we can just sneak into the kitchen.
Or
Maybe
we
like
could
something
just
smaller.
pay him.
I'm
some,
worried about
hey,
Gunmar.
can we get into the?
You're loud.
We could just give him money to let us into the cellar. I will give him money.
I could just ask him how much he knows
It's
about
the
my
sound
race.
of the sewers.
Yeah, it
works.
is the sound.
I could ask him how much he knows about my race, and if he knows anything, he probably knows about it.
Alright. We'll get down there somehow.
Okay.
I'm stretching.
He's falling.
In slow motion
He's-
again.
He's letting the wall
I'm against the wall
embrace
right now.
him.
I'm just stretching out my elbows.
Yeah. We go back to the lodge.
Yeah, we head to the lodge.
Cool. It takes you 40 minutes to get out of the sewers. Following the path.
Make it.
Though,
Yep.
at any point,
Yeah.
you could take 2 minutes and just find the nearest manhole.
That would put us out in the middle of the street.
Yes, it would. But do I get a sense of where I am actually?
Give me an intelligence check.
Would Darwin
Intelligence
get a sense?
check?
Darwin's good at
Oh,
this.
fucking wonderful.
Would Darwin be able to get a
Is that a
sense?
good one or a bad one?
Darwin's good at like tracking and
That's a bad one.
position.
It is fundamentally different when you're under here without pinpoints and landmarks
Okay,
and other things
fair,
like that.
fair.
It is underground travel is
Oh,
hard
that's decent.
if you want to attempt it.
18.
Nice. If you also want to attempt it, I'll allow you to use your survival trait.
Can I attempt it with the tiny die?
If you're proficient in survival, you may attempt it.
Is your tiny die proficient in survival?
Are you proficient in survival?
Yes, I'm
mean,
proficient
I
in
am.
survival.
Was a 12.
Right.
He didn't
It
listen
didn't
to
say
the tiny
anything.
die.
You could probably
It
pick
said that
out
he was
north,
proficient. Did you not
but
hear
you
that?
will have
You
lost
can't
place
trick
where you
me.
are in relationship to
It was
above
not.
ground below. It is a fundamentally
It is
different way of
proficient in
navigating.
survival. Rolled in that
Yep.
20.
I would have gone more towards
That's
like
his answer.
seeing which paths look the most trekked by heavy people.
Little bit. You, with an 18?
Yep.
You will have a good enough sense to maybe not pinpoint where you are, as that would be quite difficult. You have enough sense to learn that you went north and east, majority-wise, and you're probably, based on distance traveled, close, but not onto Market Circle. You're probably in the southwestern side of Market Circle.
Market Circle's the big.
Big ass circle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called It's not Market Circle. It has a name. It's the Grove Circle, which I keep calling the Grove Square, but it's not. It's a circle.
Oh, we should
It's not too late to square the circle.
Oh, the square
It's
is a
not.
circle.
It's not too.
Squares make a circle.
I could use the oil of Ethereum on this and pop my head open, pop my head up above the.
You could.
That is
That's
totally a
definitely
use
an
of that option. Of that item.
How long does it last?
An hour.
But it's also a potion of etherealness.
Don't do it. Don't.
I mean, if we can't find a way down there, would you be able to pop that and
I mean, probably.
go down by yourself?
And then
Getting
open
you
the
out
door.
would be a different matter, but
What's so bad about just going?
no, I mean getting
Into
into the
the,
basement of the.
After the potion wears off.
Um,
We can ask Herman.
Yeah, let's just.
Worst comes to worst, we just sneak down.
Let's go to the nearest one, nearest exit, real quick.
Okay.
And I just want to come up and just kind of peek through.
Banner could go up, kind of peek through. So you're more
I can't
sneaky.
open it. You're stronger.
Well, what
That's
I'm,
a fair point.
well, you don't necessarily want to open it in case there's someone coming, but would you
Are
be
they solid or do they have holes?
Oh, they're solid.
Okay.
Gunmar is kind of.
And if they had holes, they'd be like an inch,
Yeah.
like in diameter.
No, that's what I think. I figured
Yeah.
you have to like prop it up to look out.
It would, yeah.
Gunmar
And I
kind of
doubt
does so.
Tanner is
Do you
strong
hit me
enough
with a
to do that.
D20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What
I
did
felt
it
that through
roll?
my clothes. I knew the
I
dice
tried
through
to
my
catch
clothing.
it and instead
But what
punched
did
it,
it roll?
propelled it forward.
Yeah, no, if you want to find the closest way out, it's within 50 feet.
I would like to peek out to see.
Cool.
Would peeking out so close?
No, actually, thank you, back. No, let's just go. Let's just backtrack completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah, we got the time. But would we have the time to get from where
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the?
Because it's about 20 minutes.
It's about 40 minutes to get to the entrance, and then 20 minutes to get back to the lodge.
Okay, yeah,
So
let's
that'll
do that.
eat the first hour, and the second hour is just going to be us figuring out yours.
Okay, we do that and then head to the lodge.
Yep. An hour has passed. You are in the lobby of the lodge.
1 hour later.
You're really convincing. You
by the
can
way,
ask Herman?
You do feel like that having traveled that, you could follow to that point back again without checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for Herman.
He's in the big room. This is, fuck me, it's like 7:30.
It's early.
I'm sorry, he's asleep.
Oh, if he's asleep, that makes this way easier.
Yeah, it's.
They'd be starting breakfast or in the middle of breakfast?
They would be starting breakfast. Herman doesn't wake up until later. So yeah, there are people about, mostly people eating breakfast and stuff like that. There are 2 people, one at each of the big counters.
Right, so think about going somewhere you're not supposed to be, acting like you're supposed to be there.
You don't see Herman.
Don't see Herman.
I can get us the key. It's getting downstairs. We're not.
I
What?
can get myself downstairs. Just
Room.
the issue would be the rest of you downstairs.
Do you just need to go? I don't know what y'all talked
I'll
about.
go ahead. I can go down there.
The issue here is
The
how.
how is the
How are we
problem?
going to do
Potion
it?
of ethereal. So I can just
How
kind
you gonna get back out?
Even that for the heist.
But
This is the heist. Darwin, where have you been?
Diamond's got this whole like bank heist to decide.
He's waiting for the
An
moment to
alternate
break
thought,
into
though,
us.
is
Well, we're assuming we're not allowed down there.
1, we're assuming we're not allowed down there, but 2, also he's presumably coming in through. Because there's probably an entrance in the sewer into the.
Oh yeah, we
so-
can just go in the sewer somewhere near.
We don't know where, and we missed this meeting. There's another one.
Damn, work on that key. I am going to be right back. Or he turns a corner. I'm assuming there's some kind of uniform to the people here.
There's a vague. To the people you have seen, the waiters and the people who man the front desk, it's a uniform in the sense it's like lumberjack day clothes. It's lumberjack themed.
Yeah.
So flannel, denim or canvas pants, suspenders.
Okay. I come back. 3-foot halfling.
Yeah.
Nice kept black hair. Dead clothes.
Yeah.
And then I make my way to the kitchen.
Hello.
Mhm.
How much is high?
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Happen, man.
So this will be the first time you're going to the kitchen. So you go to where the cantina is. Looks kind of weird because the sun is literally on the opposite side as it's morning, and so you literally see it in a new light.
We've slept till like 11 every time so far.
You see people eating here, and it looks like they have. It's not a buffet. It's just not a buffet. People are eating food, and they've ordered it and stuff like that. It does seem to be significantly less people, about a third of what comes for dinner. And you follow the waiters, and there are two. I don't know what they're called. They're like the doors that just flap.
Doors?
Doors.
Yeah, but like
Saloon doors.
saloon doors. Yes, those are full. You see two sets of those.
Okay.
A lot of the waiters are
Doors
going
that
through
go
one
both
that's
ways.
closer to like the main seating area that they all using. There's one closer to the entrance that goes to the back, but doesn't seem to be as used much. Sneak in that one. Inside, you see the kitchen. The kitchen is in a very well lit environment that's made mostly has heavy, thick stone tiles. The walls are heavy but cheap woods, so they're very thick, but they're of cheaper make because they're just kind of industrial use. The tops, it's a relatively high ceiling, but it seems to be used space. There's cabinets pretty much all along the ceiling, and in the middle where you have prep areas, you have pots, knives, other things just hanging from the ceiling from these racks. The kitchen is made up mostly of this 15-foot by 10-foot by 5-foot, two of these 15 by 5-foot preparation tables that make up the middle area, big giant Booker block things. It creates this walking path. Because it's the morning, it looks like they're only using half the ranges. So there's a range on one side and a range on one side. They're only using this range, and it's the lane closer to the other set of double doors. There seems to be 2 chefs and about 3 waiters. At any given point, about 2 waiters are always out on the floor. And they only have sight line to you, maybe when they're coming into the kitchen. Going out, they're looking the other way. It's loud. It's brightly lit. But there is a fair bit of cover.
So we could theoretically sneak there.
Yeah.
And
Is
Gunmar wouldn't necessarily have desert.
Well, he won't have disadvantage anyway if sound based. He'll be a flat roll.
Yeah.
The problem is the cover big enough?
It's a 5-foot height counter. Well, not 5-foot height. It's counter height. You can sneak below counter.
Okay. Looking for a double acting door, double hanging door, or impact traffic.
There we go.
All of
are the ones.
those terrible names.
They're all
I
very
like impact
functional.
tracking door.
I do like impact traffic
I
door.
mean, that's the door they have at the convention center.
Watch how good these doors are. They open every time I run into them.
Every time I jump the anti-impact barriers, which is the most wild part of that story.
Sparky just had it on. He's gonna go back to the group.
Tanner's
Oh,
not
you
there.
didn't see the
Tanner's
entrance.
not there, which is perfect.
You sent Tanner to go do
Yes,
something.
no, that's perfect. I
Tanner's
still
not
want
there.
Tanner to do the thing I sent Tanner to do. Everything's good on that front.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, and I continue walking past them back to the corner where I changed the last time. Take my hat off, put it back on, Sparky again.
Hey, Sparky, what'd you do?
Well, there is definitely a way we could sneak into the kitchen. There's definitely a cover back there. Gunmore wouldn't even have problems because you've got the boots. It's definitely feasible. I did have another idea. Just matters when Tanner gets back. And let's cut away to Tanner.
Hello, it's me.
10 minutes in the past.
Wow.
Oh, well, given like
About
base
It's to
time.
the left side of what counter?
It's on the left counter.
On the left,
yeah,
like front counter?
The key
Yes.
to the cellar
Okay.
is behind the left counter.
There are like 30 keys behind there. Shove them all in the back.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was taking notes and like couldn't make my brain function with note taking fast enough to write down exactly where you said they were.
Cool. So it's the left counter. It is currently single. One person is occupying it. A human girl. She looks like she just got on shift.
Ooh, so she's tired.
Just got on shift.
Yeah. Tired. It's
Tired.
morning.
It's morning.
Oh,
Just got on shift means she just woke up and came to work.
Okay. When I heard tired, I meant end of shift is what I was immediately jumping
I'm
to.
always-
No, it's
Tired.
early.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna have diabetes.
Sucks.
You're welcome. I gave it to you.
Anyway, she's as awake as somebody who routinely gets up at 7 a.m. does.
As
Or-
someone, as someone who routinely gets up at 7 a.m., not very.
Yeah,
I don't know. My
no.
mom is
As
that
someone
way.
who wakes up at 7 a.m. also, hell no.
No, my mom is an incredible morning person.
Generally, the older you get, the earlier your circadian.
Yep. Point is,
Anyway.
she looks awake.
Fair.
Is just there. They do have pretty clear sights of seeing everything, but you're quite short.
I am. Cast invisibility.
Cool.
I go.
You don't
I'm
see
still
it.
being sneaky.
Yep.
Now
Super
I'm
don't see it.
invisible.
Do you mind if I add some flavor to that?
Sure.
Wait, where do you do it? If you want an easy out, this giant petrified trees.
Yeah, I was somewhere where nobody sees me. I go behind. I invisible.
You could just go into like the restroom or something.
Yeah,
like
or that.
Yeah. That.
Is there a restroom? Did
There
we
are-
establish this?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
restrooms.
Nope. Restrooms don't exist.
Took you
There's an
aside
indoor
to
bath.
explain.
That's
Yes, there are restrooms.
Sprague's like, go get the key. Tanner's like, alright. And out.
So you go to the bathroom. As you're invoking this for the first time, you are focusing this energy that you still find very foreign, but it's about finding the frequency. And periodically there's this vroom, vroom, vroom that's constantly kind of in the back of your head. And you start matching it, and you build it until it vibrates your body, and as it goes back and forth. And one of those times, it vibrates functionally instantaneously, but it just...
Right.
Yeah, you walk out.
sneaky.
Technically, for her, yes. Because you are getting within... you can get up to the counter, and behind the counter, incredibly easily. You realize very quickly that the keys for the rooms are to her left, and utility keys are to her right. There are very few utility keys. One of them is very clearly labeled, as any good business establishment has, cellar.
Gotcha. 29.
Good timing. You just kind of like silently shuffle over,
You
And
are
just-
there.
and when you pick it up in a way that you disturb no other keys, and just take it off the little hook it's on.
It's very convenient that it was short enough for me to reach.
Oh yeah, they're below the counter, and so, just, and like the second you kind of put that into your pocket, it's gone,
Yeah.
and you just walk back to the group, or wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
You're
no, back to the
invisible.
group.
Cool, you're there.
I love the idea of just like, whenever Tanner gets back with the key.
Here you go.
Key.
Tanner's still invisible.
I take the key.
Okay.
Where did that come
None
from?
of you fucking saw it.
Tanner found the key.
Where's Tanner?
I'm right here.
Tanner?
It looks like Tanner also knows invisibility.
What?
Sorry, I say looks like, it sounds like.
Not the point right now, folks.
Not the point, yeah.
What are we doing?
I had a good idea to get back into the kitchen. We can eat there, but
Can I really?
I'm still convinced
Sparky's
you're
looking
not.
slightly to the left of you.
You're looking like it's Squark.
Gunmore is entirely convinced you're speaking in his head right now.
There.
But
Actually, no, he's speaking a different accent when he's in your head.
we could sneak. But I just had the idea if we just walk in and flash our field badges to the kitchens, they're not gonna bat an eye. They'll just be like,
Erp.
yeah.
You want to drive that train?
I mean, if they ask.
We could also just walk in and not say anything unless somebody asks.
Yeah,
Like I said, the
just
best
do
way
it.
to go somewhere you're
Okay.
not supposed to be is act like you're supposed to be there.
We have the key. We won't hesitate. We'll just go straight into
Yeah,
the
go
cellar.
straight to the door, open
Yeah.
the key. Okay, yeah, no, I like that plan. If anybody asks, we are on a quest.
Alright.
What's the quest?
I mean, we
You're
are
on a
on a
quest.
quest.
Disturbance in the basement.
Now,
That's right.
guild business. I guess, yeah.
You
guild
flash
business.
the badge and we
Get
just
back
go.
to...
Yes, okay.
That's all the
Um,
explanation you need.
So we.
They're wait staff. They're not going to care. It's not
They
gonna-
don't get paid enough for this.
They don't get paid.
They
enough.
get paid very well. It's livable wages.
That doesn't mean they get paid enough
Doesn't mean they get paid enough to
to deal
care.
with adventurers.
Sure, I'll give you that.
There's always something that you're not paid enough for.
If anything, it's like, oh,
He is
adventurers
usually
going into our.
adventurer.
Like a Tesla going 60 miles an hour.
70.
If anything, it's like adventurers going into our basement. I'm gonna take the day off.
Oh man,
We
I
go
know
back
that's
up
great.
and it's just abandoned.
Is that a magic user? I'm leaving.
I love the idea that like Kyle, the like waiter, is just about to come in, start a shift, and he just watches us go into the basement. And he
with purpose.
He does like the Simpsons gif of a guy coming in, taking off his hat, putting it on the rack, seeing us, turns back around, puts his hat back on, and fucking leaves.
I'm
Solid
sick
point.
today.
Five humanoid creature and a bug into our basement.
I'm a bird.
I like the idea that you're planning to be there first.
Dragon, lizard boy.
I said
bird.
humanoid.
Gobble, Angie Gobble
Pinky
Boy.
Gobbo.
So, the plan
Aaron that
is
just talks.
to just walk in.
Yep.
Yep.
Walk
Okay.
in
Purpose.
with the key. Unlock the door.
We are
go in the
supposed
basement.
to be there.
This
This
all-
is
How I died behind the scenes at many things.
We just need hard hats and a ladder.
No, we need like
That
a
was
sack of
in that.
potatoes and an
Yeah.
apron.
There's a lot of different ways of doing it. Can everyone individually roll me a performance check?
I'm invisible.
I get deception.
Sure.
I'm
No,
just-
you get it performance.
I'm just sneaking.
I'm proficient in both, so
Hell
Give me a sneak
yeah.
then to be discounted. Like you, I don't even know if you can fail this, but go ahead.
Still,
Performance.
Good.
apparently.
19.
That works.
15.
My other one was a 2, so I could have.
13.
Oh, sorry. Let me go around in that circle. So, hold on a second. I'm gonna make a little tally thing.
17.
Performance 2.
19 stealth.
You do pass them.
4.
Oh.
13.
15.
1.
No, you did. What did you roll a 1?
I did not.
Ah, that's the word.
Is that a
I rolled a
D?
3.
Is that a D12 that you rolled?
I rolled this.
Damn. I
You
was
both
hoping.
rolled a 3.
Hey!
You both have negatives.
Charisma's my dump stat.
Same.
As you all walk in, as a group, you failed.
Yeah.
Shocker.
So
This works best if it's like one person pretending to be there.
the two people at the ranges. One is an older
Do
gentleman.
you want me to have?
I got this.
Yeah, I mean, I already have the key.
Okay.
Like,
Got
how
this.
else was I going to open the door?
So, there's an older, portlier man, looks to be head of the kitchen at this time and period, and the other one is a younger, looks like an apprentice. Chef.
have a business from campus.
We do
Um,
have
Gunmar will
business
do
from
the
Canton,
talking.
from physics.
We're going to decept these people.
As you just blatantly walk in, and he just turns around and he just watches you
We
like get
demand
like
porridge.
all the way into his kitchen, about halfway on the other side of the two like prep areas, and
See, we got pretty far. He was like, "There's no way they're actually just." They are. They are.
so he's got a big fluffy blonde mustache, not fluffy, just like long and tight, very stained apron on, but rolled up tight sleeves, portly man, just hey, what are you doing in my kitchen? And he's just
on.
holding a knife.
Dear Lord Cantus,
And I hold out my guild seal as well.
That's not
As for the,
as well as good for the proof. Yeah,
Bold deception with advantage.
that's me.
Start unlocking the
Actually, no.
doors.
You guys failed your check, so I'm gonna give you disadvantage for that.
So a flat roll?
Flat roll.
You have your channel divinity too.
That's only 4 persuasion.
Oh,
Only for good boy things.
your axe is disappointing. you.
Happy we can create
10.
it.
Really? We cannot roll
Your
today.
deception's plus.
I've been
4.
rolling great.
Damn.
Because I'm proficient.
Collectively, we cannot roll today.
That's true.
Everyone else has your curse.
Yes.
He just looks at you and it's
I'm
like
specifically
you were holding up your
rolling
badge
good.
and you like said something very authoritative and he just goes like, bullshit, get out.
Burke, you can use the distraction.
You can just start opening the door.
No, I don't.
sorry, what distraction?
This distraction.
Nope, none of you move unless it's towards that door. Out of my kitchen. You guys don't move now, I start calling guards.
Okay, we move.
Alright, remove.
We've lost this one.
In this manner. I mean, there's other ways, but
Unless.
the bullshit
No, Sparky-
walking in, you did lose that.
Sorcerer point magic to talk to Tanner real quick.
Double spell?
Create a distraction while we're leaving. We can slip right back in.
But, I can't hear this, but
He cast message.
I mean, you can respond back saying just, I don't think that's a good idea.
I fucking. No.
Sparky just makes a,
Mickey also doesn't like this.
and then you see him.
I
notice
use
shake his
calm
head.
emotions.
this how?
Go, get, what's
Yeah,
my
well,
save?
no, that's a thing. Everyone's pulling out stuff. Well, man, level 4.
Sorry, how do you?
9 charisma save.
I'm sorry, my temper got the best.
Okay.
I'm sorry, let's just talk this out. What's going on?
Please stop impeding our investigation then.
Oh, is this like for the good of everything? I'm sorry, sorry.
Indeed it is.
He's, by the way, apprentice is looking at him and just like, I'm gonna make bacon.
Right.
Not handling this.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah, hard roll is 7, so.
What?
He
Oh,
just
no,
is.
never mind. He's indifferent towards us now.
Yeah,
Instead
he's
of angry.
indifferent.
Okay.
And
It's going in the notes.
I will tell you now, I did not roll with disadvantage. I did not consider this hostile. This is a person who just like wants you out of his room. You're not
No,
in
the
combat.
disadvantage is really for like if you're in a fight.
If you're
Yeah.
a threat to him, hostile.
Yeah.
That's just want to let that guys know. Yeah, sorry. No, okay. So you're just guild business, like Herman set up all this and all that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go now, if that's all right.
We already have the cellar key.
Wait, and the
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
You know, just be careful down there. We got some stuff brewing. Just be careful of the barrels and all that.
absolutely, yeah.
Very well.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Welcome. And he turns back around and starts
Cool. We very quickly
Cooking.
open the door.
We're gonna get
Okay.
kicked fucking out.
Do they know they've been cast off?
I don't know. You might want to check that. We
I-
lock the cellar door behind us.
Yep.
I'm
Movable
not-
rod.
It doesn't. Does it say that they're aware?
It usually says the bottom, if that helps.
When the spell ends, the creature becomes hostile again. But he wasn't actually hostile. So
He
I'm
just
not-
returns to his natural
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
He's probably like, why was I so nice to them?
Why
Yeah.
did I let them down there?
Get back up! And we went through the sewer.
Yeah, if we just leave through the sewer, that solves all the problems.
Yeah.
Gives you a goal.
The door came lock behind us.
Fucking, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I know,
Inspiration.
inspiration for that.
Yeah!
I used
First
the
of all-
thingy I got from Dragon Boy.
There you go.
Dragon boy.
Dragon boy.
I.
It was a gift bestowed upon me by the Drod.
Fuck yeah.
For completing certain things, you get boons.
Nice.
Granted, it was a
Oh,
9
this is a heck
save.
of a boon.
But holy
It
shit.
fucking worked.
Hey, if it works.
What is your got? Okay, so it uses your charisma save, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I balance boons. Oh yeah.
The question is, though, would he be able to write his boon down on a piece of magic paper?
Can you not-
So the basement.
I could, but if I had it on a scroll, I wouldn't have to.
So you open up the trapdoor that leads to the basement. It's a relatively long trapdoor that's kind of like a door on its side. So when you open up, it's actually a stairwell. And so I'm doing this. That's not what I had in mind. It's like this, and then it's a staircase.
Oh, so it's like a cellar, like
It's like a
Cowardly
cellar
Cowardly
door.
Dog Cellar. So.
Yeah.
A little bit. I had it flush with the ground, but that makes way more sense. Yeah, it's a
because
goddamn.
otherwise you would need to.
Otherwise, you hit your head.
No, I've actually seen like
Yeah.
old medieval ones where literally just like you open up that and like
And they hit your
staircase.
head.
like Scooby Doo pitfall trap.
Yes.
Mhm. But yeah, no, that was actually a very big thing. Because you want to make the doors really heavy so you keep more. Anyway, it opens like this. You don't have to duck. You go straight down. It's a staircase.
Cool.
Does it close behind? It closes behind you. Can you lock it?
Lock it from the inside.
I'm gonna say
Is there anything we can hook an immovable rod through?
yes.
There's a handle.
There's a place like there's a hook and hook place that looks like you could put.
Yeah.
It looks like this was a reused door.
We could
and
bar the door with an immovable.
You could
rod.
bar the door.
Would we want to bar the door if they use the cellar?
Yes, because we don't want them coming
Interrupting.
down and interrupting our meeting.
We want to use it specifically because they use the cellar.
Yes. Yeah, I locked the door.
Do you want
Sure.
to like call back and be like, don't come down for a few
No. How long does that spell last?
calm emotions?
That's a good question.
I believe a minute. It's
Nope.
1 minute.
We're moving on.
minute,
Not
we
talking to the
go.
fucker.
So like the door you opened, it's a padlock. So it's, you know,
We didn't really need the key, but it's fine.
you feel like
It helps
yeah,
sell
you
the
you
story.
probably could. Like that was not a hard lock. It's a heavy ass lock. It's hard to do quietly.
It would have been annoying to do.
But yeah, you have a sense of locks. This was not like a pay chest.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of a room, open and
The difficulty of this lock is where it is, not what it is.
Yes. But yeah, it's a padlock. So, but on the inside, using an immovable rod, yes, you can bar this door.
Yay. Alright, now we wait.
The basement goes down about 15 feet and is made of rough. This looks to be quite old, and it looks to be made of the same stone the walls of the building are made of. So this is rough cut, real thin, but probably really wide. Mine off cut. That's just been stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked with mortar in between. This building's probably mostly mortar based on the thickness of these slats.
We have probably, what, like another half hour before that?
Honestly, you did this really quickly, yeah.
Supposed to
You got like a half hour, 40 minutes.
Okay.
There are barrels of gore, each very properly labeled from long stores like pickles and eggs and stuff like that that have been pickled. You can see the wall, several walls of beer. And clipboards near each of them. Anyone here proficient in brewery supplies? I actually think one of you is. The cooking will give you this as well, but
I also
brewers,
have cooking utensils.
cooking utensils. I thought somebody had brewers. Maybe it was Godfrey.
I have
I have a
poison
3 dragon
too.
anti-stat. So.
Alcohol is essentially a poison.
I
Is it a
might,
poison
This is
or
a
different
small
I
kind?
might
check.
technically be in both. I don't. I would have to. Like,
You're definitely
separate
cooking. No, you're definitely cooking because of your background.
that. It might have been a pick sort of deal. Like you could be.
Point is, it's a low enough check that your poisonous kid and your things, you can basically tell that they are actively brewing here. You probably couldn't continue this process,
Sorry.
but you are aware enough of the processes, thanks to your proficiencies, to realize they are in the process of brewing beer in this section, and here is aging beer, and here is serving beer. So, they are different sections. And they're big, floor-to-ceiling, 3 casks on top of each other that go down a ways. This whole basement area is a good 40 feet by 80 rectangle, with a pillar in the middle. But the pillar is in line with a shelf, so I don't know if you can see it. It's a weird, awkward angle. You can see it if you were beside it, but it's not a big deal. There's a pillar, help support it. Structure.
I believe you. There's a pillar.
Yep. There is a small table with some chairs below the steps. Looks like to be a candlestick there, and looks like they play cards here. Periodically, or
This
just
is where they come when they're supposed to be.
that or on break or both. You know, my break goes long, kind of thing. At the back, well, I guess this just continues on. It's barrels, then like food store, alcohol, some chests, and it just keeps going down for 80 feet, kind of repetitively. It is lit. It is not terribly bright. It's basically all in dim, with patches of bright.
Everyone with dark vision can see it as a bit of a bright light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any particular space that looks like it's frequented by co-dwellers?
I would say, like, you have 40 minutes. You take a 5-minute survey of the room. Back right corner. Basically the exact opposite space of where the stairs are, there's a sewer grate.
We prepared the ambush.
Everybody hold action.
Just holds the bow drawn for half an hour waiting for the ball to come out.
At the end of it, Darwin's arm is just like.
Okay. But Darwin might have done that hunting once.
But he, like, lets go, and I'm like, that was a beautiful aim. Like, cool. I'm not moving my arm. It's, like, been cramped into place. I'm just like, this is me for the next 3 hours. Anyway, back right corner, there's a sewer grate. A relatively big one, too. Big for a sewer grate, I should say. So, it's a couple feet by a couple feet square. It is barred, so it looks like this is not a filtering mesh. Like, you could stick your hand between the bars and stuff like that. Kind of thing.
Just to keep people from falling in.
Yeah. You do see, as a kobold, you're aware of this, the room is ever so fucking slightly tilted. That this is the lowest point.
Sure, great.
Yeah. And it is in the back right corner, the aging barrel, the fermentation barrels, they stop one shelf short of this. It looks like they just didn't want to cover that, and, you know, like that. So there's a couple miscellaneous things back here, some barrels, some crates, and stuff like that. They are utilizing as much space as they can, so it is a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
So even though it's a big space, it's literally 4 lanes of 5 feet, and then 5 feet and 5 feet again.
Okay.
But this is the cellar of the lodge.
We begin waiting.
Cool. Yeah, not a lot going on. You wait, 10 minutes go by. 20 minutes. Totally forgot about the cellar door. After about 30 minutes, you do hear, like, a rustling coming from the door.
I wait until the rustling stops. Like, I go over, I wait until the rustling stops, and I hear a fucking away. Okay, I remove this. We're gonna have to, like, be. You can't leave this locked for too long. It starts. I kind of want to, like.
Do you want to listen, or do you just want...
I was kind of, like, waiting for them to, like. Obviously, they're gonna try it, and they're like, fuck, it's locked. Better go get the key, even though the padlock's not on it. And they walk away.
And the key won't be there.
And the key won't be there, and they'll come back,
and they'll try it again, and it'll open. It'll be like, what the fuck?
I would say like 5 minutes go by, and they like that whole situation comes when they. No, they're smart enough to like look like there's no lock, and they know you're down there. You didn't modify their memory. You
Yeah.
just convinced them to
Okay.
go in. And he looks and it just. I'm gonna say like after you hear that, you kind of run over, and you hear because it's not too soundproofed, but it is muffled. Of just like, I've been down there for a long time. Do you think they're injured? It's like, no, they would have called if they were injured. It's like, I don't like this. I'm not sure why I let them down anyway. Maybe we should get a guard or something, just in case.
We're almost done. Give us like 15, 20 more minutes. We'll be out.
Give me a persuasion check. Is a haunting tale like carnival-esque?
Cavern basement, so I assume that's like
Uh,
band
18.
upstairs.
Very good.
I can play
Yeah.
normal basement audio.
No, I like it. I just like noticed it and just like.
When I
It
was
does
playing-
kind of sound like theme park at night,
Yeah.
in a way.
The one I was playing before was 12 hours stuck in my creepy basement audio. It's like
Ambiance.
this concrete basement with a TV on a milk crate and a GameCube controller with 2 gallons of water.
Oh, that's creepy.
There's a
We
picture,
should
I
be
think,
concerned.
one of the Nintendo execs on the wall.
You hear a gruff voice that you can identify as probably the guy who was running the kitchen, just going like, "All right, just unlock it when you're done."
Because he can't
'Cause-
get in.
Yeah, you can't get in.
Okay.
Cool.
Shouldn't be too much longer.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. That solves that problem.
Good checks negate problems.
It's unsettling.
Please, like, just send me a screenshot.
I've seen that picture before.
Specifically
That's
12
from
hours of
Cursed
my
Battle
creepy-
Stations. Oh, by the way, Cursed Battle Stations is fucking rip.
Sounds great.
Those egg rolls.
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah, you have solved that issue again. Another 10 minutes go by and you hear the pattering of feet. And, coming up to this grate, but you can't see it, you hear a voice going, actually, like, what would you do? Okay, he's gonna do a bird call.
I try to also make a bit.
I pass you the staff of bird calls.
Is it a Tumen?
No, it's not.
I make a bird call.
Roll me a D8. Do you have the list, or do you want me to
It's a
pick it up?
raptor.
I can bring it up real quick.
Got a season.
5.
I believe I'm gonna make it Sparrow, unless you have an idea. Oh, cool. Make it.
It doesn't say it's random.
Oh yeah, you get to choose.
Yeah.
Actually, can I see it? Because then I can choose which one of these. So, 1, 2,
End of the
3,
first paragraph.
4, 5. You do that, and a mighty goose's honk echoes through the tunnel.
Wait.
Doran like leans over. You're welcome. I need that back, by the way. Back into the.
bird was that? Play that again. Spark has never seen a goose confirmed.
There's a solid, heavy beat.
Hold on. I wanted to provide
Back into the
audio.
unreasonable quiver.
Yep. You hear, like, in Draconic of... Not what I was expecting, but okay.
Everyone of our party.
He comes around some... He comes into view. And he just looks up at you and, like, through this grate and just like... Stand back. And
Should I
just
stay
do.
back?
This is on a hinge, and he
Shoots the hinge.
falls
He
down.
drops it onto himself.
Dude, this is competent as you guys.
We'll get along great.
No, he takes out a pole that it looks like that was in that region, and he props it up, and he jumps up. You can see him in better light now, because it's dim. He's orange.
He's orange.
He's a dull orange, closer to brown. By the way,
Umber.
brown
Dark orange.
is dark orange. I saw whole tech connections about it, and 22 minutes of why brown is fascinating.
I know the
Michael-
exact video you're talking about.
Also, brown cannot exist in an LED spectrum.
Michael was trying to watch a 30-minute episode about can openers.
I also saw that video.
It's a great video.
What?
It
I
is
was
a
getting
great
upset.
video.
You didn't want to watch
Just
that?
violently angry about it.
I mean, I did
That's
almost
when you
burn the
broke-
house down, but
That was my plan for the distraction. Just to start a fire.
In the stone building?
in the
Fires
kitchen.
are still dangerous.
Yeah, and a
I
distraction.
was going to cast infestation somewhere. Because that's something they also
That's-
No, man, way different than the options
Yeah.
I was going to give you, but okay.
How reasonable was looking the sewers nearby for sewer entrance?
Actually, now that we're past this, no, you actually might still end up doing that. I'm not going to tell you.
That was one of
probably
my
pretty
first
close.
options. I said, I mean, go outside.
Well, that's what I thought too, but we're trying to be fucking secretive about the core.
When you look at Grace and you're like, make a distraction, Grace goes to, how violent a distraction can I make?
I will
gonna
keep that
mention
in mind
there's a
the next
pot
time
of
I
bullets.
ask.
After
Just
season,
qualify your distraction and it'll be fine.
First question, can I kill? Second, how much damage?
First question, how much carnage do you want? Second
Really
question,
care.
how distracted do you want everyone to be?
Yeah. I was
On
just
a
going to...
scale of 1 to 10, psychic knife up the ass.
so 12.
to the commoners.
Where were we?
Kobolds.
The Cobalt Nuke had just entered this, and he looked around for the first time, seeing everyone.
Probably still invisible
You-
for a little bit longer.
You have about 20 minutes left on that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because
It's
you had
an
10
hour.
minutes left.
Okay. Keeping it up as long as I can.
Cool. He looks at you. Alright. Not what I was expecting. Again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Tag along
Three of us
everybody.
do speak Draconic though.
Drum your look.
Hi.
Good morning, take.
The best part is that essentially translates to Dremio.
You both said drum your look.
But Sparky very clearly was more casual about it.
Score.
Mark,
That's it. Yep.
Gunmar takes off the helmet.
we are
and
the
just-
same person.
just
You're the
drag
same
him.
person.
With
Gargles.
It's not, no, the problem is we have
Squarky.
that weird shit
Spark,
going
Sparky,
on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You got Squarky.
It's the ship name.
Would it be easier if I switched to common?
Probably for the rest.
Probably, but it would be funnier if he sustained.
So please go to Common.
For common.
Yeah, it is. Common.
You're
It
common.
speaks to all in dwarf.
Like Spanglish.
I can also understand dwarf.
I think I can understand one.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Dwarf
It's a
is
major
Central
language of the
Primordial.
continent.
Dwarf is primordial.
I don't know dwarf.
Specifically the Aracrokian
Makes
version
perfect
of
sense.
primordial.
Orin?
I know other things, but not dwarf.
But yeah, no, he switches to common. Well, hi all.
Hello?
My name is Nuke.
Heck.
I'm invisible.
Darwin.
One.
Anyway, he's wearing what he was wearing beforehand. You can see the crossbow is now slung on his back. That's the only. Oh, I never mentioned this. His bolts are down here. They're not like across his back. Anyway, as I told a friend here in our native tongue, I'm a scout for the Verthik tribe, for the tribe of Richmond. From what you very hastily told me, you know quite a bit more than an outsider would normally, which means somebody told you stuff. And by the sounds of it, people that are also wondering about us, which tells me that the people are usually not the people that are causing us trouble. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm confused.
I'm also confused.
Somebody is causing the kobolds trouble. He's assuming it's not the people who care about them.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
And because they don't know and we don't know, he's assuming that we were.
Gotcha.
Physics actually asked us to.
Alright. Bit straight, but I know him.
Yeah.
That's good to know that he's looking out for us.
So you missed the last meeting? or something?
Yeah, we've been keeping tight to the chest. Chief's not allowed to go out right now. Dragons?
Vanya.
Anya. You
We were told not to tell them about the dragons, damn it.
It's okay, go ahead.
Okay, see, can we go back, because I did mention several times because Sadie was looking at her phone. I made sure to look specifically at her several times and repeat myself. And I don't think he ever actually heard.
We can go back.
Okay. Or he specifically said not to mention the dragons.
Multiple times.
Because kobolds can end up worshipping dragons.
So we're gonna start off again.
Physics is like alternate timelines.
Summer physics is like, ah.
Ow.
Just destroyed.
We go back.
Which is a bit.
Well, that one was bad.
Is that right, Con?
I hate when they do that.
Those have been happening a lot last
Physics just sees past
But no,
protocol. He just doesn't realize that's what
Physics
he's
is a good
doing.
person. I've met him a couple times, but yes, it's our chief that usually goes to those meetings. I'm one of his escorts. Only a few of us go topside. I'm one of the few. Now, by all intents and purposes, I shouldn't be talking to you all.
I wasn't going to laugh at it, but you did it for me.
All
So-
I heard. I'm so sorry.
Look, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I can tell when we're kind of out of our depth. And having a kobold in your party, I feel like I can kind of approach you a little bit with this. At the very least, I think you take care of him. Anyway, we got a bandit problem. And I'm gonna stop it there because it's 9:26, and I feel like that's a good cliffhanger.
Oh, it is. Damn it! It is!
I love it. Beautiful.
But hey, you solved a lot of my problems really fast. That was gonna be like, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna give them a thing. And the last time I sent you a puzzle, it was just like, and that's the session. There we go.
What exactly was the puzzle? Was it the kitchen?
Yeah, it was getting like, how are you gonna get like the key and stuff like that, and just like, it's like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this, this, and this, and it's like, okay, cool. Just like, and we're gonna walk right in.
We're gonna bowl our way into it.
She's like, sure, that's an option.
That's option one.
That's
And
an
it
option.
didn't work until it did!
Yes, what?
Surprise calm emotions from the fucking modern.
With a 7 on the dice.
Yeah, no, he's a commoner. He had no pluses to that.
He
No.
had 9 saves.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's all trash. It's
I
fine.
imagine a monk calm emotion is kind of like a Jedi mind trick.
Oh no.
You aren't actually angry. Yeah, you're right.
Just like,
Just I'm just a dick right now.
I'm sorry, I'm really pressured. I hate being on the morning shift. It's nice.
There's actually some stuff going on at home behind the scenes.
My wife cheated on me with fucking Jesus.
I kid you not though.
That's-
I have walked
that's
into a
Jesus.
lot of places I was not supposed to be just by pretending I was supposed to be
Sarah,
there.
the look that
Yeah, no.
Valid strategy.
Sure, yeah. In D&D though, there are checks, and oh boy.
I was thinking about this because, like, I'm not sure I've verbalized this very well so far, but Darwin's bugs are vaguely in tune with Darwin's emotions. Like, when he gets into fight mode, the bugs start buzzing and, like, swarming around
This
him.
is my map, yeah?
When he
I
got
noticed it
anxious,
like an hour ago, because I
just a
wanted
little
to
bit of
figure out
a
what the
buzzer.
circle was.
But yeah, no, it was
What
I'm
Vonda's
just
flowers
like,
do?
I was gonna do this, you know, it's freaking like
Blooms
sneaking
from-
in or maybe
Do they?
extraction plan. It's
Pretty
like,
much
no,
that,
we're gonna walk
but
in.
with bug
Walk
buzzing.
in. What the fuck are you doing here? Hey! Calm down!
Like,
And then the great thing is like, right, I'm sorry.
I'm both happy my flowers are blooming and your bugs are also on me on my flowers.
Just like a bee comes out from his freaking, like, he doesn't have visible ears, but still.
Well, yeah, no, that was
And then-
quick. That was.
Darwin,
That was funny.
I'm sorry we
No, it's supposed to
usurped
be
your
funny.
place.
I'm not sorry. It's great.
I'm also not sorry. That was more just being polite, saying sorry. But nah, it was funny.
But yeah, also, you guys did good on the navigating.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, I was talking. Also, bye, but I was talking to Sadie. So,
Oh.
anyway.
Oh, gotcha.
But actual bye.
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 Actual goodbye.
Yeah, I was, I've been on the other side of that where it's just like,